Okay, we did not prepare for how cold it is and whatever. We just, like, as soon as I saw the TikTok, I was like, let's go. We put on our jackets and we left. So it's too cold. We still have an hour and 40 minutes before they open the doors. So my man's in line. He's still in third place. I'm gonna go home. It's 10 minutes away from the Target. I'm gonna go grab a couple blankets. I'm gonna switch out my shoes and put on a thicker, coat or something. And then I'm gonna go back because it's cold. Okay, now we're a little bit more prepared. I got 2 blankets, my man's Uggs, mine Uggs, coffee. I brought 2 beanies, gloves.
Tickets?
Thank you. Y'all, this is what we waited in line for. I'm pissed. You're telling me that people waited in the freezing cold for a single dose of perfect air dry shampoo, a packet of electrolytes drink mix, a 3-pack, a pack of Uno cards, and our last 2 items, some nerd candy and this disgusting, ugly fucking shade of Elf Glow Reviver.
What are you doing? You're not leaving.
Linda, you heard him.
Once more unto the bridge, dear friends, once more.
Now, I'm afraid there's going to have to be a certain amount of violence. But at least we know it's all in a good cause, don't we?
Blood! 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 We are motto! Slit their gizzards!
Okay, so the sale price says that it's $52.50, regular price $75. They all have that. Like if you go, like look, turn that way, they all have that. 75 regular, $52.50, sale price, whatever. Okay, but this, if you peel back the sticker that they put on there, the original price is $50. And then, like, if we do it again on this one, let's try. I'm wearing red at Target. Oh my gosh. $50. What the heck, dude? That is such a scam.
No! You maniac! You blew her up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
Let's make a Monster Energy turkey. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year and wanted to surprise my family with something unforgettable. Just marinate your turkey in Monster overnight, then make a Monster marinade with your seasonings and inject the turkey with even more Monster. It leaves the skin perfectly sweet and honestly doesn't taste too different. I hope my family loves it.
It's been done with chicken, but only like.
So Chef Boyardee, what's the
baby.
process?
It's gonna go in right to the food. That's good. So cover up. Hold on. Wait. Cover up the corn. Wait. Go ahead. You gotta hit it right there. I'm covered now. Okay. Hit it right there in the middle. Hit it again. Now.
Hey, yo.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, Bobby.
Now it's wrapped in lotus leaves.
Loose leaf?
Tell me, you didn't just say that.
Lotus leaves.
I was gonna say, not the kids' school supplies.
The newspapers just protect. Why?
Oh, call the police.
Ain't nothing left from here. Oh, yeah. Now, these are lotus leaves. You want to smell it? Tell me what it smells like. Tea. Don't it smell like tea?
It stinks.
Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got
just happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad. I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Welcome. Well, that's that's our take for Thanksgiving. Welcome to another edition of the Man Cafe. Was it Cyber Monday? Cyber Monday. Not so many great sales on Cyber Monday. I mean, Thanksgiving was insane in itself. Between all the protests, the most awful, I think, awful given Thanksgiving Day parade. I'm familiar with Macy's and I've worked around them, and also NBC. And this is number 99, the 99th annual. 100 is next year. They got to step it up. They got to really step it up for next year. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on there. Hopefully, we'll have some guests today. The invites were sent. I know some people might be very late on there because they had said they would be. Deaf Angel Channels is doing another show right now, currently, which started about an hour ago. Should be finished by almost when we finish. And a lot of things. But we have, breaking news right now currently. And we're going to start off with this. And basically, let's pull it up here. Well, we've talked about this before. And what's going on with the casinos that are going on here in New York City. And what has happened is the approval has already been done. Yeah, that's right. It's been done. There are 3 casino licensings. There were about 6 or 7. Everybody was either not being approved or dropped out. And basically, what we have now is that these are the 3 that will get the licensing by the state board. And I'm going to read a little bit into this, not too much, just give you a little bit of a taste to what's going on before some of the guests get here. Gamblers will soon be able to roll the dice in New York City. A state board on Monday awarded the 3 licenses to operate the first Vegas-style casinos in New York City that are expected to generate billions of tax dollars in tax revenue. I'll believe it when I see it. Jobs and economic activity. 2 are in Queens and 1 is in the nearby Bronx. And one of them is a former Trump facility. The New York Gaming Facility Local Board 5-0 approved the licenses for these 3 finalists. It was the only 3 left. I think the Yonkers one dropped out at the last minute. The City Field, which is the home of the Mets, Mets owner Steve Cohen, and Hard Rock's Metropolitan Park Gaming Complex, they'll be building it right next to the stadium. They got theirs. The Genting Group Resort World's slot parlor expansion, that'll be next to the Aqueduct Racing Track. They're already ready to go on this. It shouldn't take them too long to put this together. The last one is the one that I know people are going to start questioning this, obviously because who had a number in this. Bally's bid to own casino property on President Trump's former golf course at Ferry Point near the Whitestone Bridge in the Bronx. So these are the three casinos that are coming, and that's going to be in the near future. Who knows how long that is going to take to produce out there. The Aqueduct racetrack will probably be the first one up and going because they're already ready to go. I mean, they have to. There is some construction that they have to do, but they're already ready for gaming for a long time now. Now, the other story of the early morning, I mean, the early day that we got. Let's see if we can find this again. And whoops, almost had it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh God, we lost it. Oh no. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Still trying to get used to this. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Well, it seems like our president is sounding the alarm on the Netflix bid for Warner Brothers and Discovery, and the feds could block the deal on this. And I wasn't surprised. I'm not surprised that this was going to happen. Why am I not surprised? Basically, Netflix, Paramount, and Comcast, or NBC Universal, all three of those pose a situation, by the feds for them to take this over. Oh, excuse me. And the reason is that basically each of these companies pose. It's similar like if Disney had joined in. Conflicting interest in the industry. Now, I expected Netflix to win this and not have scrutiny, but I guess they found some things in it. But Netflix itself, they only want, just the production end of it, the production end and the library. That's all they want. They don't want any of the cable broadcasting. They don't need it. They don't want it, which basically, somebody's whispering in somebody's ear. They're saying, no, they're going to keep it. But they don't want it. They really don't want this. So they just want to spin it off to someone else, which actually that was going to happen anyway. And boy, and this is it's hard to say how this is going to handle. I know this week Warner is making another announcement. Whether someone has won the bid or they're going to ask for more bid. That basically, nah, it's not enough. Let's ramp it up just a little bit. Let's see who gets the flour, who wins the baking contest, because that's the way the media is handling this. They're handling it like a reality show right now. Hang on, let me just take a sip of drink. I need to clear myself out here. Adjustment, chair adjustment, of course. But stop that. Get used to that. But it's interesting the way things are going with all this right now. It's what is it to come? What is it to be? I'm in the right place. I'm not. Yes, I am now. When it comes down to all of this, because there's so much out there. There's so much out there you can watch. People say, "Well, we're spending so much money." You just got to take a moment and not jump on everything. See, Sony had it right to get out of the business. The only thing they own still, as far as streaming, pretty much is Crunchyroll. Everything else, they're just licensing out. They're just pretty much licensing everything out. No. There's before anybody says Crackle is gone, they're done. They're gone. Sony already got rid of them a long time ago to Chicken Soup for the Soul. and that go to the site. It's dead. It's dead because basically they went out of business as far as the entertainment division of the company. It's a shame. Crackle was a decent site, but there's tons of free sites out there. People don't realize it. They're spending all this money, and they say, "Well, just because one particular show is on there. Oh, Friends is on here, and or this show or that show." Let me tell you, if you stick on Tubi TV, Pluto TV, uh, let's see, Roku, and then just watch on regular linear TV, the Me TV channels, all their I forgot the name of the company, but all their channels, you'll have enough. You'll have enough. Oh, what else? What else before we go on moving on to the next on here? Over the weekend, Landman was really good. If you didn't catch the latest episode of Landman, they took it to the next level. I mean, really, that episode could end up winning awards on there. I mean, it started off as a horror. Not to give much away, but it was like they were starting out with some guys hunting boar, and they ended up collapsing in the middle of the field. That something knocked them out, and you look at that. There's an oil rig there, and the oil rig is pushing out toxic fumes, killer toxic fumes. And it was like turning into a horror flick because everybody kept going there, and people kept getting sick. Even the oil crew, when they came in to show up to repair it, and they had to be chopper out. But besides that, Billy Bob, fantastic on here. Andy Garcia on there. Everybody, the whole cast, just hit it out of the park in this episode, especially Andy Garcia. I mean, Andy Garcia was really, really good. Because he's playing like technically the head of the cartels, but he's not really that. He's in a big office building as an investor. And he tries to explain what he does. And it's to the point that between him and Billy Bob, he goes, you're crooked. I said, no, all I am is I'm investing in money. That's all it is. It's an investment. That's all I'm doing here. That's to the point. I change my investments. I rotate them. It's a whole explanation to that point. Kind of reminds me of the Miami Vice episode where Crockett and Tubbs are. It's the New York episode, the two-parter, and they finally find out who's backing the main drug dealers, and it's this guy, this Wall Street guy, played by the Reverend from Poltergeist. If you ever see Poltergeist, Poltergeist 2, I think it was Poltergeist. Yeah, it's Poltergeist 2. The one that's like, "You're gonna die here." He did. Oh God, he was he's creepy in Miami Vice, and he gives sort of a lowdown similar to what Andy Garcia did, about how the world works to that point. And it's interesting. It's like, yeah, you're cops, but I got a lot more juice than you. You ain't gonna. And that ended with Crockett going, he says, "You're dirty," and I'm a patient man. That kind of situation. But yeah, Landman was really, really good. This one, of course, obviously, Tulsa King is already off the air till next season. It took it up to the next level because basically it's bringing some stuff through the movie itself. It's adding the stuff that's in the original movie. It's part of the folklore of Pennywise. You're starting to learn what Pennywise is and why he looks the way he looks in the actual movie itself, and why he looks different in the TV series. That basically the alien creature, whatever this is aging, and the reason he's eating children, he's trying to stay young. He figures that if he eats the children, he'll stay young. He's eating the essence of their youth. on there, and it's just getting, especially Lily Brainbridge. I mean, her backstory is, I don't want to give it away, but oh God, that just what's coming forward for Lily. Wow, just Jesus Christ Almighty, just on that one. I mean, it's not a perfect story on, as far as it goes, but it's a lot better, and it's closer to the novel itself. Of the backstory of Pennywise, and of course, we already know that the Shining, part of the Shining is involved with it, because Halloran from the Shining is in this. You also have mentions to Shawshank Redemption, because Shawshank Prison is involved in this, because one of the characters gets sent to Shawshank. And there's like two other things that are coming up that was mentioned. I'm not going to mention yet till it happens, but supposedly it crosses over into I think two other novels of what do they call it, the Stephen King novels itself. But oh, I forgot to put this up. Oh God, like I said, I'm so much getting. I forgot the ticker. There we go. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't forgotten yet, you're watching this. Don't forget to share, and most of all, subscribe. Very important on there, because lately the way things are going, YouTube's playing these games. Right now, they're playing games with my as they call it, my watch hours. My watch hours are dropping like a rock. Why, I don't know. I still getting views. Shouldn't affect it that much. But I can't get an answer on that. You see others that are having similar issues with YouTube right now. And yeah, it's like I said, it's important on there. Also, we do have a merch shop, and we got t-shirts, mugs, for limited time. Promo code YAMS, get 15% off on your purchase. That's running until a couple more days on that at shopcuticast.com. I think we got, what is it, 4 more days? 4 more days on that ad on there. And, we'll have another sale on. Now, this is one of the best ones, 15. Speaking of that, speaking of sales, did you guys notice, start talking a little bit about Thanksgiving here, the sales that are going on. Now, and you saw one of them right on this opening video. And, the brain level of some people, or this is people that just want clicks for their channel, for their TikTok or whatever. Now, let me explain from my perspective. I've worked retail since I could work, and the situation is here. I've seen all ends of this. I've seen it from the offices straight onto the floor to buying. I learned all the aspects. Now, lately, what I've been seeing is a lot of stupidity out there. And what I mean by stupidity is that basically you have people that are going out there flipping signs and stuff like that, and they say like, "Oh, look at the scam that's going on right now." Now, let me put in this perspective to you. Where does it say that Black Friday or Cyber Monday is the lowest price for the product? Doesn't really say it. Most people interpret it that way. They interpret it that way. Yes, some of them are good prices. Believe me, I bought a couple of things that were in excellent prices. I bought some nice gifts for my wife. Hopefully, she's not listening, because I got some nice clothes and some purses and stuff like that. Really great price. And there are things that were like, like I bought a TV. I bought a brand new TV. I bought it for the bedroom. I bought a 43-inch TV, Samsung, and I forgot what the original price was on there. I know it was like well over above $300-400. I paid like about $160 for it plus shipping. I just got it the other day. I just got it. What is it? Saturday. I ordered it on Thanksgiving, and got it Saturday. That's how fast they shipped it. And believe it or not, it was at Best Buy. And I'll tell you this: it was at Best Buy, and I was shocked because normally, you got to watch Best Buy. And 'cause that's why Best Buy has always been known as the internet showroom. Because most of the time, you walk into Best Buy and you look at something, and you go somewhere, you hit the internet, you can find it cheaper. This particular TV, I did look up everywhere. I went to Newegg, I went to Amazon, I went to Walmart, and all that, and Best Buy was the cheapest with shipping. Mind others offered free shipping, but it was still, the cost level was still above. And it, like I said, it amazes me that people will look at the prices and saying like, they flip it, like we just saw that with the lady that was peeling off the stickers from the boxes. It says, "Oh, look, it's cheaper underneath here." Yes, yeah, it was cheaper underneath there. Now there are several reasons why it is. One, could have been mislabeled, and either the distributor or the store covered it up as they supposed to do. They supposed to do that. Okay. Generally, when I used to do it, I used to have a marker with me, and I would cross it out and then cover it up with a sticker. That's what you're supposed to really do. Some of the stores have gotten lazy to the point on there. Now, you might say, "So, well, isn't that just like scamming people?" I said, no, no, no. Prices change. Prices sometimes don't come, are, like they, when the product is being packed and stuff like that, and they put the sticker on and it says $50 on it, and it gets to the store, the cost might have changed and gone up. So, of course, you got to change obviously, you got to change the sticker. The other half is, don't forget tariffs, taxes, transportation, various things that you have to on there. Hey, PB, let me bring PB up here on this. There, the screen on the chat. Oh, there we go. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. Best to you and your family. Have I missed the Godzilla? No, haven't gotten yet. I'm still on Thanksgiving. I'm still on Thanksgiving. I'm waiting for some people to show up before we get to Godzilla. Talking about myself on there on the Godzilla news, not good. But this is okay. But like I was saying, back what I was saying, you have a lot of things that may change the price levels, so you have to change price accordingly. Now, the thing about it is, understand this: a lot of retailers have changed these prices either when the product came in or on the quarterly paperwork. Now, most of the time, it's either the quarterly paperwork or the monthly paperwork. A lot of companies have sheets that come out on a daily basis, and that's price changes, stuff that's going to clearance, stuff that has to be on the quarterly. They have to, stuff that's got to get pulled, marked down to clearance, and then you got stuff that's got to be marked up, and some of them is picked and shipped out if they go back to full price again. Then you have stuff that's going down to a penny. You got to remove it off the floor. Now, you've seen some of those videos where the guy says, "I'm buying this for a penny," and technically they're not supposed to sell that. Technically, they're not supposed to sell that. That's basically, I don't know why the computer takes it down to a penny. That should be basically that the thing should be eliminated out of the system or give some sort of code number. But basically, that stuff that's got to get pulled, packed, and shipped back to wherever it's supposed to go. Then you have certain sales. And I know some people were seeing this online, that they saw, I think, what was it? Yeah, was it? I think it was a Costco. Oh no, Sam's. I'm sorry, it was Sam's, not Costco, Sam's. That they saw a particular product The original price was $17.99. The Black Friday price was $15.99. They lifted the thing and it said that it was about $14.99, $1 cheaper a day ago. Now, if you read the sign properly, this is what you have to do. You have to read the sign properly. The price is $17.99 on that day. At the register, they will give you an instant savings of a couple of bucks, which takes it down to $14.99. That instant savings is not every day. That might have been for just that day or just for that week. And that might be coming from a special coupon that might be for that particular product, that after that day it's null and voided. So sometimes those instant savings, depending on that's either from the store itself, from the manufacturer, or from a third party. So by you sitting there going, aha, I caught you. That ain't that ain't the thing. Read the signs, and there are some sales that continue on into Black Friday. And they say, well, you're supposed to be cheaper on Black Friday. No, not everything is supposed to be cheaper on Black Friday. Some sales continue on. Thursdays generally, not Thanksgiving, Thursdays generally are price changing. Generally, sales, like you have your Wednesdays. That's your main sale day. Some sales go on through the weekend. Most sales sort of end off on Wednesday. Thursday, they change over. Friday, you have a whole new sale going into the weekend. That's why you get those commercials the way you get them. People lose their mind when they say, aha, I caught you. Look what I did. You got these wrong. No, you did not. And then, there was the one, the knucklehead who was taking signs, putting it on top of the TV. Look, it's cheaper here, for this one. And you could see, obviously, I mean, it was on X. And freaking, it got community noted like 3 seconds in. To say no, they're saying the bracket is on sale, even though it was a TCL TV, which TCL TVs are cheap because they're from China. But that it just makes me laugh when I see stuff like that, and and this is somewhat understand, people. I'm a guy from retail. I've been in and out of retail for many years now. This wasn't the only job I had. There were times where, just like actors, production people do tend to have a bit of a lapse in work. And for me, I had a couple of years lapse, especially when I hit Florida. When I moved to Florida, I thought I would be working steady in the business, and I wasn't. Ended up in one place, which was a nightmare in itself. And at least it turned into another job, the other job that kind of worked out for me. And I ended up learning a lot from that newer job for that, to the point, because we were getting to the end of the VHS era. This was 90s. So we were getting to the end of the VHS, the DVD dominance was happening. What I could remember, one of the things I worked on was, if you heard me talk about this before, I worked for the company that handled the Tybo, Billy Blanks Tybo, and that was fun. That was a fun job. Oh man, talk about what a job contract. The guy who ended up getting this contract, he ended up making a lot of money because basically, this was like VHS in the millions, DVD in the millions also that was being sold. There were multiple volumes from basic to medium to high impact. I mean, if you've never seen Billy Blank, the original Billy Blanks Tybo, that's what it was. It was the Tybo stuff. Like I said, holy crap! It was an insane time period, but had some fun with that. The other thing we were working with a lot of the hunting videos, Real Tree Outdoors and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll move on a little bit here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't believe I saw this over the weekend. And if you haven't caught on to this yet on your Netflix account, let me bring it up here. For those of you who have a Netflix account and like to use the little TV thing in the side corner, guess what? It's not there anymore. That little casting button is gone from Netflix. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot send a video you're playing on Netflix, so you're watching something, and go right into it. Hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen, because I think we got a guest. Mr. Sci-Fi Snob himself. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you
Good, I'm
today?
good.
Do you believe this?
Believe what?
I don't know
I
if you
believe
heard
everything or nothing.
Netflix has dropped the casting button on their app.
So,
you know how you can able to press that little button and send the video right to your TV?
I never did that, but I didn't know they had that. But no,
You never did that?
I would
okay. I did that a couple
So
times.
you take it on your phone. You can't cast it to the TV.
You can't cast it to the TV.
Why would they do that?
That's a good question. They quietly dropped it. They haven't said anything yet.
Why would they do that? I mean, I have used that not for Netflix, but for other things. And it's handy.
Sometimes the TV apps tend, sometimes before an update, they tend to crash a bit. And that little casting device helps.
Yeah, is there some sort of a fight with Google or something?
Well, it's not only Google; it's like Google and Amazon. Anything that you could set it to cast.
Yeah. Is there some sort of?
That means you can't cast it on any television.
Yes, there's some sort of behind the scenes. Like usually the TVs they've got some sort of proprietary software in there, don't they? Just to usually work with everything.
Yeah. Now it won't work with the Netflix. You have to use it directly to the app.
Why? Well, what would it matter? Because normally you're on your phone, so that you're using their app anyway on your phone, right? Because you're getting Netflix there,
right?
So it's not like you're stealing it or anything.
Right.
I mean, you've got it on this device.
Could be they're being charged.
Putting it to a different device.
Could be that Google's collecting money from it.
It could be. Maybe. But how would they know you're using it?
Yeah. Well, no, it sends a signal automatically because it goes through proprietary. Like on my system, I have Verizon Fios. Fios now, their newer cable boxes have Chromecast built into them. So basically, Google knows you're casting something into that cable box.
Maybe they're getting money. Maybe
it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
They don't want to pay them anymore.
I guess not. How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
What? Thanksgiving was like a month and a half ago. What are you talking about?
You're
crazy.
Yeah, you had your Thanksgiving prior.
I don't even remember. So long ago.
I had to say that. Say when Snob comes in, I gotta ask him for Thanksgiving. No, mine was good. Me and my wife, we had nice dinner. Wine, that good, nice pumpkin pie cheesecake for dessert on there. She had to work the next day because she works for retail.
Right,
yeah, she's a retail gal, so she only works 3 days a week anyway. So it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
What did she say? How were sales like? Was it? I'm seeing some conflicting.
It was pretty insane.
I'm seeing conflicting news. Some saying that it's bad. Some saying it's
Well,
good.
Black Friday was it was okay. Saturday got a little insane. It got a little insane on Saturday night, especially Saturday night because all the crazy comes in. I mean, because I don't know if you saw the opening and all that. I threw out a couple of little vignettes of things that were going on. There wasn't it was a lackluster Black Friday.
Mhm.
You know, the only thing I think that was insane was like here in New York, we had protests
And about
throughout the
what?
city.
About Black Friday?
You name it. You what how's it go? He goes, "What do you got?"
Were they protesting Black Friday? Is that why they were there?
They were protesting Black Friday, Palestine, ICE, depending on where you were in the city.
Mm.
Now you had the Palestine protesters trying to run into the department stores. They tried to run into
And do what?
Zara's. Yeah. Basically, they were trying to post on there. On there. Outpost, I sent you a link. Come on in. They basically they were just like storming in there, but NYPD was waiting for them. They tried to go into the Apple store. They didn't even make it past the door in the Apple store.
So what do? They storm in and do what? Nothing. They couldn't get in. So
Yell and
okay.
scream. Yell and scream. The same yell and screaming that they've been doing in there, but just in the stores. They were holding up posters and it's like, you're giving money to Israel, if you're buying in this store, and this and all that's on that. To that point. PB saying all mainstream media is lying at this point. I think he means what Thanksgiving Day on that, everything that was going on.
Well, I've just heard both. I've heard it wasn't that great, and I've heard that, oh, no, it was pretty good. So, I mean, I'm just wondering if there's
internet numbers
truth.
Won't be out for another couple more weeks. But I think internet numbers are going to be high.
I think this was the retail stuff. So I'm just curious if from people from the, because I don't believe the media. So they'll say both things.
Yeah, no, the retail, I don't think the brick and mortar are going to be as good as they think it is. Except for companies like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I think those will fare out the best.
There's
because they've been doing very well this year.
There's suggestions that Canada is already in a recession. We just don't know it yet.
Oh, because they don't know it yet.
In a couple. So in January or something, we'll find out. Hey, we've been in a recession for a couple months. So that's the suggestion. I don't know how true it is, but it could be true.
Well, the thing is, in 33 states here, gas is below $3 a gallon.
It's pretty low.
Very low. I know. Was it Oklahoma? Someone was like $2.50. I don't know if it was Oklahoma or Colorado. It was like they had a picture up of last year to this year. Last year was like $4.50 a gallon, and this year it's like two and change, something like $2.30, $2.40 right now.
It's nice.
That's super low. That's super low right now. It's like they say, oh, we're in a recession. Yeah, of course we're in a recession, but finally we're fixing it. We're finally taking it down to the point.
Well, I don't think you guys are in as rough a shape as we are, but
depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, I mean that's true in Canada as well. But
yeah, I saw a video today of I don't remember his name, and they were saying something about some hate law going into effect that could affect religion.
Where is this?
No, he didn't say where. Let me see if did I save it? It was like someone named Tommy, I think it was. Did I save it? Bookmark. No, I didn't save it. Damn it. All I know is that they said there's some new. Let me see if I can put it on the search. Let's see. any? Oh, sure. Now it doesn't come up. They said they're passing some sort of hate speech law in Canada.
Oh, they they've this is the fourth try they've had at passing a bill that is basically, it's called a hate speech law, but it's kind of similar to what the UK has, that type of thing. But they've tried 3 times and it's died each time for various reasons, because they couldn't get the votes. There was one they called an election. It was still, but they keep trying to bring it back. Nobody wants it. I guess they're just keep smacking it until maybe eventually get through. But yeah, that's not on.
Yeah. Look at this. There's PB. He goes $1.99 a gallon in Colorado.
That's pretty good.
And Outpost Nerd, $2.25 to $3.
Even that's not bad.
That's excellent. I can't remember when the last time that it was that well, when Trump was office, yeah, but before that, I think I would have to go back to the 90s on that.
I remember filling up my car and filling it up when it was below 40 cents a liter. Like, yeah, 40 cents, woohoo! Filling up. But those days are long gone.
Oh, I know. Hold on a second. There we go. The other thing, because we're talking about Thanksgiving on there, I'll tell you that this year's Thanksgiving parade was the worst.
Oh, in New York.
Yeah, New York. Because basically, let's see if we bring this up.
Oh yeah, I see that. The new hate speech. I think I see what you're reading for the new hate speech law. This is the same bill, just this is the 4th time, and it's failed 3 other times. I mean, it might, they can keep doing it. Eventually, might make it through, but I mean, it's garbage.
Yeah. Well, here's Parade Magazine. They brought up viewers rage over NBC's Macy's Parade broadcast. There was a lot of problems. And I'll tell you this: there was too many commercials. That was the one major thing. They didn't broadcast it on YouTube. They broadcasted it on the YouTube TV. So if you wanted to watch it on YouTube, you had to pay for it. But I love this on one of the articles. In fact, this is the article. There's a YouTuber named New York Walking Show that he got a bit of a push, advertisement for his channel because he was broadcasting it live.
Right.
Because he was on the streets of New York, and he was showing all the floats. And that was the thing. They didn't show a lot of the floats. They didn't show a lot of the balloons. The Broadway shows that they normally give you like a lot of Broadway shows. Not this year a lot. I mean, they were what was that called? Ragtime, and I forgot what the other show was on there. That was like the 2 major things that they really went into, and then you had the Rockettes. Normally, you have like about at least 5 or 6 Broadway shows. This year, it was like next to nothing.
So it's becoming a thing, right? People just showing broadcasting stuff on their own. When I was watching I'd never noticed this before. Maybe it's been going on, but I haven't noticed it. I was watching the World Series, and I happened to go over to YouTube and check it out, and there were people rebroadcasting it. And there was one guy. He had an animated picture of a baseball diamond and field and all that stuff, and then he'd be like, oh, so and so get a base hit to whatever, and then this little guy would hit the thing and he'd run, and So it was kind of like watching a little bit of a cartoon. It was probably 30 seconds behind, but I guess this is how he was getting around the ability to live stream the. I mean, he wasn't live streaming the game. He was using some sort of
technically
animation thing over YouTube, but he was giving all the information and reading off. Oh, it's so and so goes up to the other plate, swing and a miss, strike one, but etc.
Yeah, play by play is okay with them and all that. But if you're rebroadcasting it, that's a no.
So it was a way of rebroadcasting it because, like I
Oh
said,
no, yeah, no. He was okay. That
he
was
was
okay.
reading the play-by-play, but there was this, like I said, a little animated thing, and people were running around the base, and if you scored a squint,
Brilliant.
you could think maybe it's real. Like, I mean, it obviously wasn't, but
yeah,
I'm just thinking, oh, is this a new thing? People getting around the rules like that?
Yeah, no. There was when Twitch used to be my Justin TV years ago. Twitch used to be known. Well, Justin TV used to be known. If you went to it, you got to see a baseball game, football game, hockey. Boxing match. I mean, even though Justin TV will go in there after a while and block it, they'll jump to another channel and basically begin to show it again, continue showing it, and this was Justin TV all the time, and this was funny on that. Now Justin TV's Twitch, and they're sort of similar, doing the same thing again. They're doing it with Japanese anime and a couple other things. That's shows from overseas.
Yeah,
on there, but that's different copyrights and stuff like that, because it's stuff from overseas. They don't tend to slam. It's the stuff from here. If you're showing a baseball game, a basketball, any sports from the United States, that tendency is a no. What you were explaining with that other guy, that's brilliant. That's a brilliant.
There was a bunch of them doing it. I was, the game was on, and I was, out somewhere. I had my phone on me, and I thought, let me just, maybe they're rebroadcasting it on YouTube, and I couldn't find a YouTube broadcast, but I found all these people doing exactly what I said there. So I'm like, what's this? Oh, well, I'm like, interesting.
Yeah. The other thing with the Thanksgiving Day parade was a couple of the no-nos on there was, you ever heard of a singer named Shaggy?
Shaggy?
A reggae singer named Shaggy?
No. Not a fan.
Shaggy is known. He's known for some great songs. And nothing wrong with Shaggy. He's a great musician, and I understand what they were trying to do. I guess they were trying to do like a little tribute to reggae on that, especially that you had Jimmy Cliff pass away just recently,
Right.
and all that. But there is one song he has which is famous, and it's the song that goes, "It Wasn't Me." If you've ever heard that.
I don't think I've heard it.
Okay.
I can't.
It's
I don't
basically,
I don't know it offhand. Anyway.
It's the girlfriend catching the boyfriend cheating on her, and the boyfriend was like, "No, you didn't see me. It wasn't me."
That's right.
Like,
deny.
Deny. He's like, "I caught you in the bathroom. Wasn't me. You were in the shower. Wasn't me." That was the name of the song. It popped up in the Thanksgiving Day parade for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my God, you got family and kids watching this. And then you had Shaggy just throw that in just for a little bit. And then later on, you had Busta Rhymes come on and throw a couple that, shouldn't have been there either.
Well, he wasn't singing about his wet ass something.
It was getting close. It was getting close.
Oh, I've never heard the song. Is it that
yeah,
it wasn't me.
It's just they threw the lyrics in, and you can see the people in the audience going, "Wasn't me," and they're clapping along, and all that. It's like, oh my God, you got little kids there. That's not a song that you should be throwing in. Yes, it's a famous song on there, but no. I mean, you had Foreigner, which was okay. They brought Foreigner in there. You had Debbie Gibson. Okay, that's all that. And of course, the applicable Casey and the Sunshine Band was thrown in there for the hell of it. They keep bringing KC back, into the parade every couple of years or so.
Maybe they wanted to spice it up a little bit.
this wasn't spicing up. This was just like it looked like desperation.
Mm.
That basically, maybe a lot of people dropped out at the last minute, and they
Oh.
scrambled to try. I mean, the whole I mean, the Savannah Gunfrey and what's her name, the host on there. They were just like they were talking so much, and then every time there was like a musical thing, they had to switch back to them dancing. You know, it's like the song was playing, and then you see them like going. It looked like a scene. If you ever watched the old Beavis and Butthead TV show, and a good song would come up, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is a good song," and then next thing you know, you see them dancing.
Yeah.
While the song, that's what this looked like. It was like it was like, oh Jesus Christ on there. But like I said, it just a lot of people were saying this was not a really good for number 99. This is the 99th annual. Next year is 100.
Mm.
They're going to have to step up a notch. Now,
I don't know. I didn't. I'm not a fan of that "Wasn't Me" song because I think it, it plays to America's no responsibility culture. So it celebrates that. I think that's the problem myself. But yeah, your thoughts might vary.
Yeah, no, it is the culture, but it's the culture. You always see this on any any show where a guy gets caught or a girl gets caught and say, "It wasn't me. I didn't do anything." It's like that kind of thing on there. But you also get it from overseas.
Lack of accountability.
Yeah, exactly. Lack of accountability.
That's right.
And that's a bad thing. You're gonna throw a couple lines of the song where there's children, and the children are gonna ask, "Ma, what? It wasn't me. What is that?"
Oh, kids learn that way before that song. Come on.
Oh, I know
They're
that.
3 years old.
You know what it is.
Wasn't me.
They're gonna the ones that are very naive. They're gonna be like, what is he talking about? I'm not talking about the real smart ones. They're like the 10-year-olds. They're like, I know what that means. But okay, I got a list.
So does Macy's pay for this whole parade itself? Is it just
sponsor
it or
okay? From what I remember, because I have my days there,
sell the rights to
basically it's a little column A, column B, column C, and column D. A little bit of Macy's, a little bit of NBC.
So this is a big thing, right?
I'm sorry.
This is the Thanksgiving Day parade is a big thing in New York.
Right? Oh, it is.
No one else has one.
As an employee,
everyone thinks you guys are crazy because everyone has Christmas parades.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has a Thanksgiving Day parade.
No, because that's why Mr. R.H. Macy thought of that back in the day. This is 100. Like I said, we're coming to 100. But as a Macy's employee, wherever you work, there's a Macy's. If you work for Macy's anywhere in the country, you can volunteer to come in to work the parade.
Hold a balloon and stuff.
Hold the balloon, dress as a clown, be on one of the stages. They can assign you for many things. I've worked around people that we've worked the parade. It's just it's a fun thing, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, and for the network itself, NBC. Holy shit! If you see what they have to go through every year to set up on Broadway, because they have the main set on 34th Street, which is like on the main street level, and then on the corner in the park across the street is where they have where all the equipment stand is, which basically with the director, the technical director, the control room. And then up and down Fifth Avenue in certain areas, there are remote trucks. They're taking live footage as from time to time they may use the footage from there, and then you have the one that's all the way on 81st.
I mean, it seems pretty easy. You get 2 cameras, you put one, you have one.
Oh no, this is not a 2-camera shot. This is
all you need is 2 cameras. You just one, and they both shoot down the parade as it comes, and one, goes and follows whatever the float that's going by while the other guy talks about the hosts talk about it, and then you switch right to the next one, and you follow that one. You just keep doing that.
Well, no, you have the way they have it is you have the host camera. You have the camera that is basically, which is about 4 cameras where they're doing the Broadway show, which is like in front of Herald Square. Then you have the side camera, which is facing 34th Street down as the floats are making the turn, which is basically when Santa Claus comes in. That's the shot that they take. Then you have the various cameras all along the route, starting at 81st Street and intermediates in between on there. And then the above shot, the 2 above shots, which is one of them I think is on a blimp or helicopter, depending on where it is, and the other one is on top of one of the buildings.
Sure, but you don't even need all that. And you don't need a host camera. All you need is the host to go, oh, look at this float. It's real pretty. All right, look at the next one. Oh, that one's pretty too. What the hell? Like,
I know.
You don't need the shot of them. They just, oh, look at this float. Oh, look at the fancy little whatevers. And people go, ooh, like, geez, what's the problem?
But the thing about it is,
how hard can it be?
There was no ooh-ahing on this parade. Not at all. Not one bit.
You do it commercial free too.
Huh?
Commercial free.
Well, no, commercial, they get paid a lot.
A couple commercials at the beginning and some at the end. That's it.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's like you get one break in between when the only time that they're taking the breaks is when they're changing the stage set. In other words, you have one Broadway show come in, they do their da, 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 they do the dancing and all that, and then you have the announcers next coming up, the cast of Ragtime right here on stage, and we're still waiting for the jolly old man to come to Macy's Herald Square, ushering in the next Christmas.
How long is the parade? Like, how many hours take?
It starts at 9 a.m. and finishes about noon.
So 3 hours.
3 hours.
That's not too bad.
And then of course you have the Purina or the Westminster Dog Show or something like after that every year. That's taped, but it's just like every year they do that. It's like coming up right after the parade. It's the Purina Westminster
easy to
show.
do a parade. Like how can you screw that up, NBC?
NBC's been screwing up for the last couple of years.
How hard can it be?
Trust me, it's been getting bad, sadly bad. It's getting lazy. They're getting very lazy in the network. That's why CBS dropped out of it. It used to be 2 channels, 2 network channels used to run the parade. CBS was like, why are we doing this? Everybody's watching NBC. Spending all this time and money and everything like that. Oh, screw this.
Yeah.
Now, I know everybody out there is wondering, we're going to talk about Godzilla. We're going to talk about it in a bit, but I want to bring this up. This is a list that we got out of one of the online sites. And it is the insane, what is it, 15? Hang on, let's see. Yeah, the most 15 insane Black Friday stories ever.
Oh, this would be people getting shot and stuff, right?
No, this is not people getting shot.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if anybody got shot, but this is like people getting in trouble, or people acting stupid. Let's start with number 1. I saw an elderly woman steal an ice cream maker out of a man in a wheelchair electric cart.
Well, that makes sense. He can't catch her. Can't run after you.
Can't run after you.
I mean, if you're going to steal from someone, you might as well be the disabled. I mean, they can't chase you down. Yeah. That's just smart.
We got Outpost Nerd in the back. Hold on 1 minute.
That's just smart.
Snob, really? I come in and the first thing I hear is, you might as well, if you go steal some Saudi, steal from the disabled.
Well, of course. They can't catch you, right? I mean, look, if you had to rob a house, would you rob a house with a dog and a person who owned a gun, or no dog, no gun? Come on.
You think disabled people don't have guns?
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you want to make it easy for yourself, right? You don't. Why?
We're in America. We ain't in commie land of Canada.
If you're gonna do something, do it on easy mode. Make it easy for yourself, right? Humans are lazy. Why wouldn't you want to rob the place that doesn't have a gun or a dog? Of course. This makes sense. So from the disabled guy, he can't chase it down.
Okay,
Smart.
here's
You're not faster than a bullet. That's all I'm gonna say.
well, here's number 2. When I
You're
worked at
missing the-
Walmart,
this is a-
we had a fight break out over a bike. Fists were thrown and there was some blood. Eventually, one guy got a hold of it and managed to get away from the crowd. He rode the bike out of the store without paying.
So it was a robbery, and then everybody else was trying to stop him from stealing the thing.
No, everybody was fighting to take the bike.
No, that's what you tell the cops when they come. You say, "Hey,
yeah, he was trying."
No, if he didn't pay for it, whether it was a robbery either way.
No, I'm telling the cop that the reason I beat him up was I was stopping him from robbing the place."
Okay, number 3. Someone punched a security guard in the face because they thought he was a customer skipping to the front of the line. He was just walking into the door to start a shift.
That seems reasonable.
Number 4, I watched a woman collapse in hysterics into my manager's arms because we didn't have the exact model of the cooler she wanted.
Of a cooler? You mean like
cooler
put your drinks in to keep them
cold?
Yes, that's a cooler.
Yeah, well, is that the exact? Does it matter the exact model? Did it have?
No, it doesn't have the exact. No, this is just the things that happen. They don't go into detail.
What would you? I mean, why would you be like, oh my god, it's not the exact it's the. Did it?
It happens.
Not work or something. Like,
trust me, I've had people come in that they want the particular, because this is when I was working electronic at Kohl's. They wanted the particular headset. We were out of stock. I had a backup which was much better. It was $2 cheaper, but they still wanted the one that was more expensive. You know, I have to have that one.
you don't want your friends to make fun of you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Number 5, a lady called 911 because we wouldn't match the price with Best Buy. The police came and arrested her for misusing the emergency service. That's been happening a lot lately. People calling 911. They didn't have my chicken nuggets. I'm calling the cops.
I got told to fuck off by a 90-year-old lady because Dr. Pepper wasn't covered under the soda deal.
Seems perfectly
I
reasonable.
literally, Jesus Christ, snob.
Very reasonable.
Violence and cursing.
90. Come on. Was she really 90? She was probably only 89.
She had to be.
You're exaggerating.
She had to be in her 80s or 90s because I remember we were having buy 4 Pepsi products, get 1 free deal all week. Dr. Pepper, this was like mid 2000s, so Dr. Pepper was not a Pepsi product at the time. It's since been bought by Buffalo Rock, so it's a Pepsi product now. But I was a bagger at this grocery store, and I was bagging for my friend. And this people would come up with Dr. Peppers, and it wouldn't ring up the deal. And I'd say, "Oh yeah, I can replace that for you. What would you like?" And this little old lady, when I asked her that, she told me to. She said, "Shut the fuck up and leave me the hell alone." I looked at her and said, "Ma'am, there is no reason to talk to me like that. I am here to help you." And I got in trouble by our assistant manager.
She's just expressing her thoughts and feelings.
No, I don't give a flying fuck.
She just.
If I was not in, if I
exercising her
didn't, if I wasn't on the clock, I would have cussed her ass out. No.
Sometimes those little old ladies.
Homie don't play those games anymore.
You think those little old ladies they can cuss like a sailor.
Oh, you have to see the ones I've been through. I've worked shoe departments for women. That is the nightmare. You think Al Bundy had it bad? Holy shit! I could write a book concerning the people that I've dealt with. Number 6, when we worked at Sam's Clubs, we caught a woman stuffing the inside of her pants with frozen lobster tails. She would unpack them and throw them in the trash in a stack of tires that were on the display nearby.
God, that smell after a while.
Yeah.
Was it her?
You
or
mean the
lobster?
boxes of it, and then the?
Yeah,
right,
she
I
would
don't get that one.
she
So
would-
she put the boxes in the tires, and she
Right.
keep the lobster itself in her pants, right?
Right.
Well, I guess the smell covered the lobster.
Oh yeah.
I mean, most criminals aren't too intelligent, so that doesn't seem to be. I can't see how you get away with like people walk. Like they have people at the door, right? And so this person walks out, and you're like, something's fishy about that.
Oh, Jesus.
But that lady there.
That
Is that a lobster in
lady
your
smelled
pants,
like she
ma'am,
didn't.
or
She
happy
hasn't
to see you?
bathed in about a week.
I mean, I think it'd be pretty obvious she's got something in her pants there. Like, was it just
That
one
sounds-
lobster tail, or I mean, maybe you get away with one, but you said
That
multiple.
sounds like back in 07 and 08, FSU down here in Florida had a QB who got caught stealing lobsters from the grocery store. I'm like, dude, you're the fucking quarterback for one of the biggest schools in the South, and you're stealing lobsters.
Maybe really, really like lobster.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh,
Doesn't matter if you really
there it
like it or
is.
not, he
There the
was
cops.
stealing it.
Number 7. One of our male customers hit another male customer upside the head with a crock pot. What were they fighting for? The crock pot. Both customers had to be dragged out of the store by police.
Sounds reasonable.
Number 8. They tore down our mall's door again. That happens a lot.
I haven't
trying to
been
get
to
in.
the mall in like
Yeah.
6-7 years.
Yeah, they just tear the door down. I remember one year, this was when I was working Kohl's, and this is when they just started opening up like freaking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they started going earlier and earlier. So there, my job outside, I was the one who was helping curb the lines outside. So I'm out there, and we're just opening up, and I'm feeding the people into the store. This one woman gets out of the car, and she gets with a box of returns. Cops are sitting there. The cops get on the air horn going, "Really? You came at 4 o'clock in the morning to make a return?"
That's stupid.
Yeah. And that's what she did. She went in, made the return, and went back home again.
Maybe it's the only time she had free.
Who knows?
I doubt it.
Number 9, there was a sale, $1 for towels or something. The guy jumped into the towel bin and literally growled at anyone who tried to get a towel. He claimed them all.
I wonder what he was going to do with all those towels. Maybe he had a sailboat. He was going to make a.
Well, no, he was
sailboat or something.
He needed him to go for protection out in the universe. You got to have your towel when you go.
Yeah, but him and like 50 of his friends. Like, I mean, you only need one towel.
He probably
You're only supposed to take one towel with you. You're not supposed to take more than one. I mean, unless you're carrying an extra for a friend or something.
That I've tried. I read about 3 of those books, and they got really trippy near the end.
They're pretty much trippy all the way through.
The first one was good. I really liked it. Like the restaurant at the end of the universe. But then, when they find out that humanity's descended from like hairdressers and secretaries of this
and phone
far off
cleaners.
planet, yeah, it's like so the computer program was screwed up from the beginning.
Pretty much.
Now here's number 10.
Get the wrong question.
Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies is still a thing because this was Beanie Babies one. They would toss the Beanie Babies from a bin onto the table. People were vultures after these things. I was about 9 and old and late. Oh, this must be an old one. They must have threw an old one in here. And the lady grabbed the cat out of my hand. I stomped her foot and stole it back. I was so proud.
Right on. There you go.
Right on.
What's wrong with people?
Number 11, people have been lining up for at least 10 hours. We had tons of things on sale, and most of the people were trying to score deals on fancy electronics, except for the first person in line. Nope, that person waited all that time for the buy one, get one candles.
Some people like candles, I guess.
I worked at number 12. I worked one Black Friday at Children's Place, and I saw 2 ladies get into a physical fight about a size 2T jean. It was the last pair, and they were like $6. Not coincidentally, that was my last retail job. And that feels like me.
fit though? That's what I'm wondering. These
Well,
ladies
we don't get we don't are we don't get to fight the elements, and we don't have to survive by fighting off tigers and stuff like that. So I mean, this is where we get our animalistic nature here, fighting for your pair of jeans.
Number 13, I worked in customer service at a grocery store and once had a customer return a fully eaten rotisserie chicken, saying that they were bringing it back because it was bloody. One look told me and anyone else with eyes that the blood was strawberry jam. My manager still made me issue the refund with a smile because the customer is always right.
Yeah.
No, I've had stories, return stories. They're insane. I had what was it? What was it? That was one, and this was an employee, and the employee could have been fired for this. They bought a pair of shoes to use in the store, and these were expensive shoes. These were Joseph Seibel's. And Joseph Seibel makes a really good shoe for both men and women. This girl, literally, her feet were like a little, had that little twist to the side that you need, orthotics. These were Italian leather, and she just literally the bottom of the shoe she wore completely out, and she only bought it like a month ago. In 30 days, she wore it out.
Was she holding the bumper of a car that was traveling at 60 miles an hour or something?
That's what my boss said.
She was surfing on the back.
Yeah, that's what my boss was like. What did you do? Run from here to Florida and back? You can't. You always have that person that says, "Well, I just wore it for a week." Really, that is not a week's worth of usage you got on there. That's like a couple of months, and of course they don't have the receipt to prove it. Always they never have the receipt.
I've never had any run-ins like that, but I've had some run-ins with managers who are assholes.
Oh, I've had that.
I remember one time there was this lady I worked with at a grocery store. She wasn't. She worked the customer service desk. So, but when our front end manager was off on his days off, she was in charge, and she'd always say, I'm the manager when he's not here, so you got to listen to me. And when I'm wearing the blue shirt, I'm the manager, because our managers all wore blue shirts at this grocery store. So one day I screwed up. I have always said this. I read my schedule wrong. I come in thinking my break time is the time I clock in. Stupid mistake. 100% my fault. Our regular manager, what he would do is if you were like half an hour late, he'd call you and say, "Hey, are you okay? Are you coming in? I need you," to make sure you were safe and not hurt or anything, and two, to make sure you were coming in, because that'd be a pain in the ass for him. And I screwed up, so I had to go over to the service desk where she was at to do something for a customer, and she says from the other end, "Well, I'm not going to call you like the manager does." And I'm doing something and I don't even look up, and I said to her, "But I thought when you wear the blue shirt, you're the manager." I didn't look up from what I was doing, but I could feel the dagger she was staring at me. Then a few weeks later, I'm waiting in my car like half an hour before my shift starts, and I hear this commotion out in the front of the store. She had stolen a like $200 bottle of liquor that a customer had left in a cart from behind the service desk and taken it out to her car and was perp walked out of the store. And I started cheering. I'm like, yes, the wicked bitch is dead. Karma. Because I didn't have to deal with that asshole anymore.
Oh, dear Lord.
Our store during training would tell us, if you get caught stealing, we will call the cops and have you perp walk through the entire store. And I saw that twice in my year and a half working at that store.
Oh, we had that too, same thing too with us. Purple walks. And to think about it, let me tell you something. On Herald Square Macy's, because they have their own jail built into the building.
I did not know that.
And it's the balcony floor.
Okay.
And basically NYPD is stationed on balcony level, permanent. There's a permanent presence of NYPD, including especially at this time of year. There's a van right outside that's ready to just put guys in and take them away. And the thing is that they march you down there. Everybody knows you're going down there because they ain't taking you down the back end. They're taking you down the main escalator.
We had one lady who she worked the cash office, and her husband was deployed in, I think, the army. And what she'd been doing for like 2-3 years is stealing a few dollars from every till she counted, and it came up to like $10,000-$15,000 total that she had stolen.
Mm.
And they handcuffed her, walked her. The cash office was near the front of the store. They literally took her like an entire loop around the store in handcuffs, and then out the front door because they wanted everyone to see.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
I think that's not worth it. Holy shit!
No, it's not. Number 14, on my first Black Friday, I was working at a Walmart. I was assigned to one of the employees that would cut open the packages that contained our merchandise. As I readied the box cutter, I got shoved by a customer and fell right on it, and it sliced open my hand.
Manager's like, you can still work, right?
Still work, right? And the last one, I worked in the women's shoe department at Bloomingdale's. Was it on one occasion after I've placed a pair of beautiful Ferragamo flats at a woman's feet, she accused me of being racist with how I treated her. She created a huge scene, shouting that I was discriminating her for how I took the shoes out of the box. She absolutely made no sense. 20 minutes later, a coworker told me that the woman created that entire scene because she wanted a discount on those shoes, and it didn't work out. She got thrown out. Ferragamos are beautiful, but they ain't worth it, all of that. I have seen this. I have seen this. This is not
Respect
only
the
at
hustle.
Bloomingdale's. I have seen this in my career.
Respect the crime.
Respect the hustle, man.
I had a woman, literally. My days in Herald Square is, one thing about working in Herald Square is the lunch hour. And the two worst places you could be in the lunch hour is the shoe department and up on the junior floor. Because basically what happens is you got people from lunch coming in and they want to try everything. But they only got, maybe they went to eat, and maybe they only got 30 minutes left. So I had this woman come up to me with about 40 pairs of shoes. I kid you not. 40 pairs of shoes on a busy floor day. I told her, Miss, pick 3 of those real nice. I'll get them for you, because we're taking care of all that. Why you call me Miss? Well, I don't know your name, but you are a Miss. And she goes, I want to speak to your manager. Okay, fine. Call my manager over. He comes over and he says, what seems to be the problem? He was being derogatory. He was being racist. This is, well, what did he call you? He says, Miss. My manager walked away laughing. She goes, ma'am, he doesn't know your name. He is being direct to you. We are busy to the situation. He's trying to help you best as possible. If you want, I'll put you with somebody else, but it's going to take time to go through all those shoes. Because the one thing about the shoe department, and at the time when I was working there, they're literally a warehouse of shoes. When you give me the shoe you want, I got to go searching for it in the back, even though everything's in order. But if you give me like 5 pairs of shoes, it's going to take about at least 20 minutes for me to pull every one of them. Now they've changed their system around where basically now all you got to do is scan the shoe, send it in, and then there are runners inside that'll pull it and bring it out to you. So it kind of cuts it down in time because you got the runners doing the job, and at least you can handle it, take more and more customers and get everybody out quicker. But back then it was a nightmare and a half. When it comes to the shoes, don't get in front of the ladies' shoes, to that point. I mean, like I said, I could write a book. And I was in the comfort department. So mind you, I wasn't in the designers, I wasn't in the 9 West or anything like that. I was in the comfort division. and still you got that kind of a nightmare. But
you guys saw that guy a couple years ago who did those all those IKEA videos as a retail worker in IKEA.
No.
What? Never saw those? Oh, those were hilarious.
Trying to remember those. Yeah, there was something funny on that. I remember seeing something in the IKEA. Yeah, IKEA had some of the weirdest weirdest commercials. In the early days,
Yeah, here it is. Comes right up. He exposes the dark side of retail work at IKEA.
The thing people do not understand, and I fucking tell this to people as often as I can. Retail workers are not your fucking slaves. They are there to help you, not even serve you, to help you. Because there's only so much they can do. We don't make the policy. We don't make the rules. I worked at back in 2018, the summer of 2018. I worked at a movie theater. We sold wine, and one thing we were told, it came down from corporate. No matter who it is, you card them. I knew this guy was older. He looked to be in his 50s or 60s. He was old enough, but I looked at him and said, "I need your ID, sir." He got all bent out of shape. I looked at him. I said, "Sir, either you can give me your ID and take your wine and go enjoy your movie, or you can just go right now, leave the wine, and go enjoy your movie. But if you want your wine, you're going to have to show me your ID." He grumbled, he handed it to me. I said, "Sir, go enjoy your movie. Have a great time." The guy right behind him looked at me and says, "I'm from corporate." He was there doing like one of those secret buyer things that he like. What we used to do at one grocery store I worked at is they would take like us kids that were like 18 and 19 year old and take us to other stores in the chain in town and would have them buy liquor, and if it was to see if they were going to be carded or not. And if I would have told the guy, I said, "Hey, just go on ahead. You're fine. You're old enough," I could have lost my job. I could have got in serious trouble. Because the thing is, down here, you will lose your job in a heartbeat if someone from corporate finds out you don't card someone when you're told to.
Okay, there's no music on this video, is there?
Yeah, there is some music. A dramatic.
Let's see what happens if we don't get.
Do the second one, not the first one. I say, yeah.
Yeah, I have the YouTube one already up.
This is good stuff, man. I can't believe you guys must have seen this. This guy's classic.
Yourself a customer. You think I own this business? You think I own IKEA? I'm a part-time employee halfway through a 2-week notice. I don't give a shit. I'm telling all my friends not to shop here. Tell them. You think I want 5 other yous running around the store? Have them call me, I'll tell them. You think you hate this place more than me? I work here. I know the sale ended last week, but can I still get a discount? Do you hear yourself? We can't go backwards. Time marches on.
This is the best one. Time marches on.
You want the sale from 15 years ago, too? When's it end, Diane? You want that price? You're gonna have to go through the quantum realm with Ant-Man. You know how much money I spend here? More than you should. The meatballs ain't that good. Save your money. End my time. Doesn't matter how much you spend here. We don't thank our donors. This isn't PBS. Every time I come here, my order gets messed up. Then stop coming. Make my day. Every time you come here, your order's messed up. Sounds like you're making the mistake. Look inward. You're ordering the wrong shit. I'd like to speak to your manager. I'd like to speak to your mother. Tell her she should be embarrassed. She raised someone to act like a baby in public. You want to speak to the manager, please? The manager doesn't know what's going on. Haven't you ever worked anywhere? That's not right. I used to work here. Well, things change. Sorry they didn't run it by you first. used to
That's a
work
good
here. Well,
one.
I used
Yeah.
to be happy. Then you walked in. Can you just check in the back? Can you just accept we don't have it? The back ain't some magical place. What do you think is back there? Santa's workshop?
Yeah, that's literally, I've been through that a ton of times.
You
It's
just
like,
check in the back.
Could you check in the back? It says, I know we don't have it. We're out of stock.
The only thing back there is a clipboard with our schedules and some brownies Darcy brought in. The website said it was in stock, and what do your eyes say? Sometimes it's wrong. The website also has pictures of employees smiling. You see that? You should go yell at your computer instead of me. It'll get you the same result. Nothing. This is cheaper at other stores. Then shop there. Why are you here? You need directions? I'll get you some. I'll call you an Uber. Cheaper at other stores. I don't set the prices. I'm a seasonal employee. You working hard or?
Yeah, that's the truth. Because people will yell at you because they think you're the one that set the price, and they'll be like, no, that I didn't set the price.
Hardly working. I'm hardly laughing. I'm already at work. I don't have time for a second job pretending you're funny. Why don't you tell me something I don't hear every day? Like thank you. You should open up more registers, and who's gonna work them? You think I'm the only one ringing you up because I called dibs? You want me to clone myself, or you saying you want to apply? Well, you see we're short-handed. Where's your resume? I can't believe they have you working Thanksgiving. I can't believe you're shopping. Why do you think I'm here? It's because of you. I have to stand here for 15 hours so you can yell at me instead of your family. I work retail. I don't even remember what Thanksgiving is. The customer is always right. About what? How to piss me off? You think you're God because you went shopping? You're not infallible, Susan. You're at the mall. Always right. That's why you're on your 9th try hitting the button for credit. Do you have any coupons for me? That's what I ask you. We all have our roles to play. What, you think you just found a cheat code for the store? Oh yeah, I keep a few 100% offs back here for the smart customers. Bring your own. Didn't scan? Must be free, and you must be out of your mind. To think you're the first person to say that. You're not even the first one today. Don't worry about the scan. I'll type in the product code and charge you double. I swear, I fake laugh at this job so much, I forget how my real one sounds. You're open for 10 more minutes? I'll be quick. Quickly move into the exit? This ain't a basketball game. We're not playing to the buzzer. You had the choice to hold a bunch of minimum wage workers hostage or go shopping tomorrow. You chose wrong. Get out.
Oh wait, we'll get a hit on that one. I know that one. Let me just stop that.
Yeah, that phrase "the customer's always right" pisses me off because that's not the saying. That's people bending it. It's the quote is the customer is always right in matters of taste.
Exactly.
Customer is not always right.
And the
There's a
worst
story
are the
about
last.
that. Yeah.
The
There's a
worst
story
are the
about
last
that.
minute customers.
There's a classic story about that, and I think it's with Macy's or another U.S. big chain like from New York, and it's about how this guy comes in and he's pissed off because these tires he bought there, and complains and on and on and on, and in the end, they call the manager. The manager gives him his money back for his tires and leaves, and then the manager and they look at each other and he goes, we've Macy's or whatever the retail chain was, in 100 years we've never sold tires. The guy's insisting he bought them there, and he wanted his money back. I wasn't happy with the product.
That was
gave him his money back.
I know. It was A&S. It's A&S in the United States. When I worked for A&S, this is when Federated Department Stores was still available, which Macy's took that over. But before they took it over, and that was the story A&S always told the employees: we take back anything. My first year with A&S, that was the thing in the trainings. And that's the story they told everybody. So we didn't sell the tires, but we looked it up, what the price, and gave the person a refund.
It's crazy.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we're always quote. And then when I was working for A&S, the way they work the returns, versus what they do today in the retail stores, we would have a table in the middle. Like back then, I worked in the women's clothing department. They call it modern sportswear, and they put a table in the middle, and the managers were helmed that table. And of course, my register was the closest to them, and I would be the one issuing the returns. I was like, son of a bitch, I ain't making any, because I was on commission at that time. And I was like, I ain't making any money today. But they would, there were people that would come in. One woman came in with a wedding dress, and I kid you not, lasagna stained wedding dress.
Okay.
I mean, really, I'm talking that they literally the pot was just poured on her. It wasn't white anymore. Let's put it that way. That's how bad it looked. It was dirty, dingy, and full of tomato sauce. And
they took it back.
They took it back. Took it back and gave her full price. This was.
Have y'all ever refused to serve a customer?
That what?
Have y'all ever refused? Did y'all ever refuse to serve a customer?
I've had that happen a couple of times.
It's like there was one time I was working. I was a bagger one day, and this store was in range of about 3 elementary schools, then like a couple of miles of 3 elementary schools. So like between like 2 and 4, we were super busy. We get super busy, and like the morning shift would get off around 2. So a lot of times, our manager would be in the cash office counting tills, and this guy comes in, pays $100 bill for a like $5 little lunch meal special box thing. And I was bagging, and the cashier was a little girl, like barely like 5 feet tall, 17-year-old, first real job. She only been there for like 2 weeks at this time, and she doesn't have enough change in her till, so she calls the cash office and asks for more change. And the lady in cash office says, "I have open tills on the counter. I cannot leave this room with them here." So we're waiting for her to finish so she can bring us more change. And this guy starts having a fit, starts hollering, "Baba, you're wasting my time." At one point, he tries to reach into the till to grab his money back, which is a big no-no. And I look, and I can tell it's really upsetting the cashier. And I say to him, I said, "Sir, it'll just be," before I can finish my sentence, he looks at me and says, "Shut the hell up." I'm like, I'm going to go and get carts. I'm not dealing with him. And I come back in with carts about 10 minutes later, and she's cashier's just crying. Starts hyperventilating. I literally have to pick up this girl because she starts having a panic attack. I have to carry her to the cash office, and her grandfather has to come pick her up and take her to the hospital. Fast forward a few nights, I'm closing cashier. I'm the only cashier except to the self-checkout. And a guy walks up with a cart with groceries in his cart, and it's the same guy. I look at him and says, "No, sir. You go through the self-checkout." Because he looks at me, sees me, and starts laughing. "Oh, you wanted to kill me that day." I said, "No, sir. Self-checkout." I flat out refused to serve him after the verbal abuse that he gave me and my coworker that day. And our manager comes up and asks, like, "What's going on?" I tell him. He's like, "Okay, I understand. But I've told that story to other people." "Oh, you had no right to tell him no." Yeah, I had every right to fucking tell him no. You start cussing at me, threatening me, I ain't gonna give you shit. You tell me to shut the fuck up, I ain't gonna piss on you if you're on fire.
Yeah, I've had managers that have defended the employees. They said, "Excuse me, you don't speak to my employee that way. Have a nice day. We can't serve you anymore. Have a good day." Then one year, when I was working the Christmas rush, Christmas Eve, and we're trying to handle the lines. This is the shoe department, and my manager comes over and he says, "Listen, Al, go over here and basically this person right here, the person that hold up your shoe, miss. She's the last customer you're going to have. That's it. Anybody comes over, that's it. We're not taking anybody else." So we're doing it. We're going through the customer. Then like 5 more people come across and said, "Sorry, folks, please do not get online. We're told we cannot assist you right now this evening." And they start yelling at us. My manager comes over and he's like, "Excuse me." Said, "Let me explain something to you. I want to send my people home on time to spend Christmas with their families. You got out early and on time, didn't you? Because you're here shopping with us here. Now, we'll gladly assist you the next time you're in here the day after Christmas. But right now, I need to clean up, which will be here for another hour, and send my people home promptly so they can spend Christmas with their families." And then that was it. Basically we finished off.
Yeah, that's what people don't leave when it's time. We have to clean up. We have to do shit for the next day.
Yeah, do you know how many shoes
so
are on the floor on
self-absorbed.
Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve, do you know how many shoes have hit the floor? It is a nightmare in itself. Anyone out there that is looking to get into retail, one department to stay the hell away from is
Just stay out of
women's
retail.
shoes. Stay out of retail,
Just-
period, but on there.
Yeah.
But stay out of women's shoes.
I'll never go back to retail. The
Neither will
abuse
I.
that I got, and people who have not worked retail, they're like, "Oh, you're just being snobby. You just don't want to work." I'm like, "No, I don't want to be. I don't put in a position where I'm going to be fucking abused, cussed at, and threatened on a daily basis, and have to literally clean up other people's shit. I will never forget this day as long as I live. I'm working at the grocery store, and this guy, it's me, the grocery manager, and another bagger. We're standing up there in the front of the store talking. It's slow, and this guy comes up just white faced and shocked. He's like, I just don't get this. I don't understand how someone could do this." We're like, "Sir, so we thought it's like someone had died." He was so kind of flabbergasted and in shock. We're like, "Sir, what happened? Is everything okay?" He's like, just go to the bathroom, go to the men's room, go look in the stall." And we're like, "Oh shit." Literally.
Mm.
And it's like someone didn't sit on the toilet. They just stood up, bent over, and just let it
Oh,
rip.
that is, yeah. Was it the women's or the men's department? Let me guess. It was the women. Men's?
No,
Oh, that's a shocker on the men's. It's always every store that I've worked in. It's always been the women's bathroom that gets like purged, till there's no tomorrow. It gets punished.
And, I make a joke, and my manager's like, "Oh, sucks to be you right now." I'm like, "Shit." I'd get like my gloves and a mask and start wiping it all down. It's just people are fucking.
Oh no, you
sick.
want crazy? Okay, here's crazy. Worked in the shoe department. This is another company. I'm there putting the shoes out, and I see a mother and her child there, and the child's doing the pee-pee dance. And he's like, that pee-pee dance the kids do, and they're holding on to the junk, and they say, "I gotta go bathroom, ma. It's gonna go."
Yes.
And he goes and she goes, "You're gonna have to wait." And they go around the corner, and I say, "No, they must be going to the bathroom." Next thing I know, I see a adult hand come around the corner, grab the garbage can. 2 seconds later,
Holy
all you're
shit.
hearing is psst into the garbage can. I call my manager. I'm like, "You ain't going to believe this." She goes, "Oh, how disgusting." But let's get away from this disgusting. Let's get into something else. Because I know that some people out there say, "I've been waiting for this other part of this on here." Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We want to talk about Godzilla now.
Dirty bathrooms.
You're going from dirty bathrooms to Godzilla.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Basically, we know in the next, I don't know, it's 2 years or something like that. There's another Godzilla movie coming out. Godzilla -0. Which basically we're still trying to
Another
figure
one
out
of those.
that what?
I haven't seen Godzilla minus that newer one that they did.
Oh, that's
like
a fantastic
earlier
movie.
this year. What was it?
-1.
Wow, it's the only good Godzilla
-1.
movie.
I haven't watched that one.
No, Shin Godzilla is good. Shin.
Oh,
You ever watch Shin? Shin is excellent.
no, I haven't, but I heard that was pretty good. So except for
Yeah,
that.
Shin is really good.
But most Godzilla movies to me, I don't watch them because it's just like monsters running around. It's like very cheesy and stuff. But this actually was a real movie with a story and something. Yeah, it was a good Godzilla.
Well,
Really
the thing
about
about it,
I like the recent ones they did, the recent American ones they did. I
Really?
really like the one with Millie Bobby Brown in it.
The
I liked
glowing
them.
blue
I'm
stuff.
not a purist.
yeah, I mean, it's
I liked Monarch.
they were okay. They were
I
okay.
thought they were just very
Yeah,
typical.
they were not kaiju's. That's the thing about it. You have to remember there is a difference. Yes, Japan made them cheesy, but that's how it was. But see, the thing about it is the latter, the not the Heisei, the last Godzilla line was really good, like Godzilla Final Wars, which was sort of like a remake of Destroy All Monsters. Godzilla was taking on everybody. And we're talking. He was talking on Smog Monster. He was talking to, what is it? Rodan. Everyone. Even He took on the Godzilla, the one that was in the American movie that they did with Matthew Broderick. And
I like
freaking
that one.
Godzilla tossed them into the Australian Opera House. Okay, Cam, why are you doing in the
See,
chat when we should be into this show?
I liked that the Matthew Broderick version was my first Godzilla movie. I didn't know anything was wrong with it till like 10, 15 years later. And then they did that cartoon that was based off the Matthew Broderick one that I grew up watching on Saturday mornings.
Well, see, the thing about it is with the older stuff, with like the whether it's the Godzilla, whether it's Gamera and all that, you had third-party distributions. You always had, you had to go through Sandy Frank Productions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, this time around, Toho is going to be skipping the middleman.
Oh, that's good.
That basically, well, this is the reason why. If you don't know, Toho bought J Kids. J Kids is a big company here in the U.S. on there, as far as animation wise, movie wise, anything out of Japan. They're sort of the American distributors on there. Just recently, within the year, Toho bought the company out. And basically, they've been making deals left and right. Like they have deals with Tubi TV, Amazon, Netflix, and basically, since now they have J Kids, they're just going to distribute it. Recently, they just had just over the weekend the movie Angel's Egg, the anime, which being distributed by J Kids. This is the first time in the U.S. this animated movie has been shown in the theaters. And this movie dates back to the 1980s. It's a beautiful anime. It's one of these artistic animes that just basically like Robot Carnival, that is really, really, really good. And Japan is now, they skipped the third part and they made money. They made like what was it? They do about 700,000, something like that. They almost squeaked into $1 million into the U.S. in 2 days. Which is, for this type of a movie, is excellent.
So I'm looking at the list. They're doing 2 Godzilla movies coming out. There's Godzilla X Kong Supernova in 27. They're in talks to do a live action My Hero Academia movie.
Yes, sir.
A sequel to Detective Pikachu. And what is your name? In Your Name, I've never
That's
seen.
another anime.
Well, I know I've never seen it. A lot of these I haven't seen. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Oh, that was a Toei.
That was a Toei.
Toho. I'm sorry.
Toho.
I liked Godzilla X Kong. I really liked it. I loved that the Hollow Earth aspect that they've woven into the Godzilla. But I'm more of a King Kong kind of guy. I like King Kong better than Godzilla.
Have you ever seen King Kong Escapes?
I have not.
You've never seen King Kong Escapes? Oh,
I have not.
that is, it's a great movie. I mean, it's a cheesy movie, but it's great. It's King Kong versus Robo King Kong.
Oh, so it's like Godzilla versus
Yeah, Mega Godzilla. It's so diversion.
Oh.
It's literally that's King. There's like a villain, an evil villain named Doctor Who, close to Doctor Who, basically trying to get this rare element that they want to use in warfare, and they have a robot Kong, and they try to the robot Kong's trying to dig it out and all that, and it fails because of the power of the element. So basically, they kidnap the real Kong to mine the element.
Hmm.
So it turns into like a major battle in the middle of Tokyo on there. It's cheesy, but it's good cheesy.
See, I like the new ones because they take you to different cities. Like, but when in Godzilla versus what's that one? When was that one? In 2021 Godzilla versus Kong, the most unbelievable thing that I noticed in it was that how the writers or how the people who made the movie thought Pensacola, Florida looked like. Clean and high rises. That ain't Pensacola. I know
Oh yeah,
Pensacola.
I do too.
That ain't Pensacola. And of course, Godzilla destroys it trying to find Mecha
Well,
Godzilla.
have you ever seen the original poster of Godzilla versus Megalon?
I'm not in. I have just now within the past couple of years getting into kaiju movies.
Okay,
So I don't know.
the original poster for Godzilla versus Megalon, which Megalon was like a giant roach. He was fighting a giant roach in there. And it is, yeah, this is the old. That's the Jet Jaguar, which basically they had the last animated movie, which was in Netflix, had the Return of Jet Jaguar, was popular. It was a robot that basically increased in size. So it was like it was Megalon, Gigan versus Jet Jaguar and Godzilla. But the original poster had it Megalon and Godzilla on top of the Twin Towers. And it was nowhere near New York City. That was the funny part. It was not in New York. It was in Tokyo.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah,
It
it's
is
blatantly the two
Yeah,
towers.
it was insane that they put this poster out. And originally when I was a kid, I'm like, oh God, they're gonna be fighting in New York. And then it's like, no, they're not. But it was still cheesy and good. I mean, Mystery Science Theater 3000 did their riff on it, which now they can never ever release again. So those of us like myself who recorded it on VHS back in the day when it first aired are the only copies available out there. That's the only place you could see it. If someone has a copy of it, but it's fantastic. I mean, I know some people throw on the ending clip with the Jet Jaguar song, because there's like a Jet Jaguar song at the end. It's like Jet Jaguar. But the thing about it is Mystery Science did a translation at the bottom, which was hysterical. They like changed all the wording on there, and it's like fight, 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 ha, ha, ha. It was hysterical.
Did you ever see those animated Godzilla movies? It was like a trilogy, or it might have been four movies.
Yes. There was 3 movies.
thinking,
It depends on which one you're talking about. There's the one with the Jet Jaguar one, which was the most
no,
recent.
these are like recently within the past like 5 or 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. This is recent. You had the Jet Jaguar
it
one.
didn't have the
and then you had,
no. This was the only monster in this one was Godzilla's.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
Plural.
It's Godzilla Planet, which basically they go out in space. They turn around, come back to Earth.
Hundreds of years later, due to time dilation of faster than light travel. So Earth is just is taken over by Godzilla. They think, because they fight one Godzilla, kill it,
and then there's one there's a bigger one.
Like 4 or 5 of them, if I remember right, they just start appearing, and they're like 4 or 5 times size of this Godzilla that they kill. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, they did several Godzilla animated. Now, because and I love that you segued this in, because we're going to segue into this. It was still in Godzilla, But basically, this was announced also just within the last uh, 24 hours. Where is it? I lost it. No, that's the global challenge. Is that it? Yes. There's a new Godzilla anime coming. Now, this is built upon the point whereas if you're familiar with Kaiju number 8, the anime series, Kaiju number 8, the anime series, is about a guy who got infested by some parasite creature, and now he could turn into a kaiju. In this case, this is going to be something similar to it for people who like the Kaiju number 8 series. It is about a kid who has the abilities to transform into like a Godzilla type creature. Now, is Godzilla in it? Yeah, most likely probably will be, but then the kid's going to have the power of Godzilla.
Oh, that's cool.
Because if, like I said, if you've seen Kaiju number 8, it's off the hook to the point.
Speaking of kaijus, this is getting a little bit away from Godzilla. But what did you think about the movie Pacific Rim?
I liked it in certain ways and disliked it in others.
I really enjoyed the first one. I did not like the second one.
Now, before we go
I
any
agree.
further, let me introduce Cam.
What's up,
Has just joined us. Hello, Cam.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving, everyone, except for Snob. Or post Thanksgiving, I guess I should say.
And how was your Thanksgiving?
Cam, how was your Thanksgiving?
Cam?
Did we lose him?
Did we lose Cam?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay.
Never
think
had
they-
this problem the other.
I think I might be delayed a little bit.
We hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's just there's a let me jump out and jump back in and see if that helps. Be right
No problem.
back.
Go ahead.
Quick, he's gone.
good.
Talk he's
No,
back.
yeah. Quick, say what you don't like about
Okay.
Cam. No, I enjoyed the first Pacific Rim. I like the big kaiju monsters versus robot trope. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, it wasn't a great movie, but if you like that kind of thing, I didn't really see that the second one was that worse than it was. Maybe the guy going over to the other side and then they have to bring in the girl. Yeah, it was a little bit pulling out the message a little bit.
Cam, how we doing?
I liked the first one because what's his name? He played Hellboy. Ron Perlman died in the first movie.
No, I thought he ended up surviving.
No, he was killed. He was crushed by a kaiju corpse.
No, I thought he was swallowed in the first one and then he came out of that one. Or was he crushed afterwards? Oh, yeah, he was crushed afterwards. Came out and he was like, I'm back. Yeah. That's right.
Guillermo del Toro always has him involved in some way.
How we doing, Cam?
Okay, does this work?
Yep, it's working.
Say something. Can't know until you say it.
I heard the talk about Pacific Rim. I agree with Outpost Nerd. I liked the first one and didn't like the second one.
Yeah, the second one, he played Finn. What's his name? Played Finn in Star Wars. I can never remember his name.
Boyega, John.
Yeah, John Boyega plays like Idris Elba's like estranged son, and it's ridiculous. I like Charlie Day. He was funny as one of the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a good movie. I liked the different, how each kaiju or each Jaeger kind of represented their host nation. It's kind of like a G Gundam feel to it. Each Gundam in that series represented one of the country. Each
their host country. I really like that part.
Yeah, it was cool.
Have you seen the animated series?
What was that called?
Pacific Rim: The Black.
No, because if I remember right, that got kind of a little woke in for my taste.
Somewhat.
I think
but
I saw part of it.
The
maybe.
the animation was good.
Oh yeah, I no doubt. Sometimes the animation will be good, but it's just like it's like in every Disney show right now, they either have the main character who's a female die at the end, or she's a lesbian. It's like, okay, great. Give me something different, please.
Well, this one was kids looking for
Thank
their
you.
parents.
No, I
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, and they never did a second season on it. They only did one season. It's only like 14 episodes.
I know the Asylum did their own version of Pacific Rim called Atlantic Rim.
Oh yes. Oh boy.
They do that all the time.
Oh boy,
the story with the Asylum. From what I can't. What was their first movie?
Asylum's done
Indian
ton
Rim.
of-
Arctic Rim.
Asylum Pictures did a lot of movies.
Mediterranean Rim.
So I was going to go through the whole thing.
No, that's it. That's it.
There's
It was made for science.
okay,
Sci-Fi
no,
Channel.
no. The when Steven Spielberg did his War of the Worlds, the Tom Cruise one, at the exact same time, Asylum did their own versions of War of the Worlds. But it was not. This was like they didn't know the other. They didn't know the Asylum didn't know that Steven Spielberg was doing his own version, and they get a call for an order of 2,000 copies. 200,000 copies of their War of the Worlds. The people buying it thought it was the version of starring Tom Cruise.
I believe that.
So that's how the Asylum first got the money to keep going, and now they do all these movies. Like they did Thor: God of Thunder when Marvel did Thor. They've done all these not parodies, but their own versions around the same time. Like instead of the Da Vinci Code, they did a movie called The Da Vinci's Treasure. It wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean; it was Pirates of the Treasure Island.
Most of them was made for Sci-Fi Channel. You saw them on Sci-Fi Channel after the DVD release.
Transformers, it was Transmorphers. Yeah, so it's not parodies; it's like other versions of these.
I had a friend in that movie. He was one of the reporters in that film.
I met the man who killed Uncle Ben in the first Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie. He literally cool story is back in the 80s he went to the same college that I went to in the 2000s. So we would used to have a little convention, comic book convention in town, and he was the guest of honor. And our I was in college at the time, and our division chair for the fine arts department asked him to come a day early to speak to the entire entertainment division. So I'm standing in the TV studio, and he walks in, and I meant to say this in my head, but my inside voice became my outside voice. That kind of thing. I looked at him and said, "Holy crap, it's the guy who killed Uncle Ben." I meant to think that. I didn't mean to say it. But he laughs at me, shakes my hand. He was also the stunt man for Adam Sandler in The Waterboy. Whenever Bobby Boucher in The Waterboy took a hit or had to tackle or do a play on the football field, his name is Michael Papa John. That is his real name. That is not a stage name. That is his real name, Papa John. And he said, at the end when Bobby Boucher's jumping up and down in the end zone celebrating his first touchdown and gets speared and knocked out, Papa John said, when I hit the ground, he said, that was the moment I realized I'm getting too old for stunt work. It's time to quit. So he's been doing
more acting than
You
anything.
know what's funny was Kathy Bates spearing her husband at the end of the movie on that.
I knew a preacher named Bobby Boucher.
That's got to be a common name.
It's
It's
like
got to be a
that.
common name in the South, Boucher,
Let's see.
on that. But no, get back to kaiju up here on there. We don't want to lose the crowd on there. I mean, there is so much out there in the kaiju genre, and you know, I mean, you have the Ultraman series, the original 1960s Ultraman. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
Okay, funny story about Ultraman. You know how there's a version where he's called Gridman?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
Yes, I know.
That was the first time I ever saw that. That was like Matthew, like one of the Lawrence brothers. It was they were trying to be a like Power Rangers ripoff. It was horrible.
How many? You know how many Power Ranger ripoffs there were in the back
There
day? I
was
mean, you had the Beverly Hills one. Yeah,
the tattooed alien fighter
Beverly
from Beverly
Hills.
Hills. They had Kamen Rider. They had Big Bad
Well, no,
Beetleborgs.
no, Kamen Rider was a standard. That's
No, this I'm talking about not just ripoffs. They were trying to recreate the success they had with Power Rangers by bringing other um, Japanese animation shows and bringing them in and Americanizing them.
well. The thing about it was with Power Rangers, they Americanized it, but the thing about it is, you could see the same show from a different point of view in Japan, from the original Power Ranger series, secondary, third, primary, Dino Rangers, all that.
All they did was take the Japanese fighting when they were morphed in their suits. That was all Japanese
Yeah,
footage.
exactly.
And then when the kids, that was all they
Yeah.
did until probably the second or third season of Power Rangers. They started doing more around it because remember in the original Super Sentai that the Mighty Morphin was based off of, the Pink Ranger was a girl, so she had the skirt. The Yellow Ranger was a boy, so he did not have the skirt when he was transformed. But of course, the Yellow Ranger in America was racist. If you remember, all that was racist. The first season of Power Rangers, they were Rangers based off their skin color. The Trini was the Yellow Ranger. The guy who played Zordon only filmed for like an hour one day, and then they reused it over and over again.
Yeah.
We need Donnie in here.
Yes. Lord Zed was the first original character they had for Mighty Morphin.
See,
And of course,
yeah.
Go ahead.
See, I grew up with Go-Go Sentai Rangers in the 1970s. If you ever watch Go-Go Sentai Rangers, oh god, that was just apeshit insane. You can find it online. Basically, they all had like
Tubi probably has.
They all had like different, like the what was it? One guy had like a V on his face, and he would pull on it. He had a boomerang, and another one, they had a whip, and it was like all these crazy monsters on there. And the way they defeated them was not with a Zord. They would have either the soccer ball of death or the football of death. And it was hysterical. Like the soccer ball wanted to be like, they'd be like, the guy would bring out the soccer ball from behind his back, and like, toss it up, right? And one of the other Rangers kicks it off to the side, and the other one bounces it off his head, and then the last one comes up with a back kick into the monster. The monster goes, and would fall down and implode. Like normal ending on there.
Lightspeed Rescue was based off the one I don't remember what it was based off, but their helmets had train tracks across them.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to be like train themed Power Rangers. That's why everything in Lightspeed Rescue is based off of trains.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest one. I don't
Oh
know
no,
much
most of the you have to go back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s on any of the Sentai Rangers, Go, any of the ones that were back then, and they just mad. I mean, Red Baron is another one. Trying to remember the rest of them. There's so many of them, and they were just batshit insane.
Can I add something? My very little knowledge about Power Rangers.
Go right ahead, Cam.
This is maybe a non sequitur, but I believe that the footage, the footage done in America for supplemental stuff or whatever, the Pink Ranger was the same stunt woman that did stunts for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sophia Crawford.
Yeah, I heard
And-
that too. I heard
and
that too.
The stunt coordinator was the same for both too. Jeff Pruitt was his name. That's it. That's all I know.
Well, no, when it came to the
Yes.
when it came to the stunts, it was coordinated.
Yes, you're right.
There was a coordination between Japan and the U.S. on there. So it was the same. It was the same way as what was it? Japanese Spider-Man. If you ever saw Japanese Spider-Man on there, which was literally Power Ranger Spider-Man.
Yes, we.
That.
But
that was also insane. Just seeing that alone. Spider-Man, they try to sing the song on there.
They recently did a documentary on like the really dark side of Power Rangers, like the dark goings on behind the scenes. Like Hyman, whatever his name, Saban is a douchebag. It's like he's a horrible man. He treated those kids really like shit. It's the reason why after season 2, half the cast left. Power Rangers left because he wasn't paying them a decent wage. And I know, I think it was the Wild Force Red Ranger was charged and sentenced for killing somebody. Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, he killed himself.
Yeah.
A couple of others.
Trini died in the car wreck, I believe that was.
Yeah, she died like a couple of years after Mighty Morphin because she was not wearing her seatbelt.
This is almost
the red Ninja Storm Ranger. I think he killed himself. There's like a couple.
Somebody
of them
got
that
arrested
have
recently
died.
too.
I know the Jason, the original Red Ranger, he got caught for embezzling funds from that pandemic support thing that they did, where if you were a small business, you could request funds to help keep you up during the pandemic. He got caught doing that.
A lot of people getting caught
I
for
don't know
that
if
now.
Yeah, him and everybody else was doing it.
Now, I just want to jump back a moment on Spider-Man. You guys know who the original first live-action Spider-Man was?
I remember seeing the show back in the 70s, was it?
Wasn't him.
I don't know.
Okay. Unfortunately, he passed away just recently. His name was Danny Seagren. Now, if you don't know the Electric Company TV series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember they used to have a Spider-Man?
Yep.
That was the first live-action Spider-Man.
Okay.
Danny Seagren was the man behind the mask on there. He was also a puppeteer for Jim Henson.
Okay. I was thinking when they said first live action, there was a I think a rather short-lived Spider-Man series that was on in the late 70s, I want to say.
Oh yeah, no, that is that, but Danny Seagren predates that.
Okay, sure.
Do you remember in talking about first live action appearances of these characters or Marvel characters? Do you remember in the first Ant-Man movie when Scott's trying to figure out the suit and he falls and lands on top of this car, crushing it, and then you see this little guy in the driver's seat? He's kind of startled about his car getting crushed. That actor was named Garrett Morris. He did back in the 70s, he was on SNL on Saturday Night Live, and they did this skit where like all the Marvel characters has like a Christmas party or something.
Oh yes, I know that one.
He came in as Ant-Man. That was the first live action appearance of Ant-Man on Saturday Night
I
Live.
remember that.
Back in like
that's the one where the
70s.
Hulk used the toilet, came out, and it was like he killed the toilet. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing there?"
I like the Hulk.
Yeah, Garrett, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in other stuff. I think he was I think I saw him in was Two Broke Girls, TV show.
Oh yeah, Two Broke Girls.
He was in there. Yeah,
Yeah, he was definitely in
there.
there.
He plays. He's got a regular spot on there.
what else has he been in? But
You-
it pissed me off what they did to Hulk in the Marvel movies. I didn't like Smart Hulk.
Well, you know they
Like,
don't. Marvel does not have 100% control of the Hulk. It's still licensed out, like Spider-Man.
Are you sure about that?
It should be.
I thought it was only Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four.
No, Hulk. It was Hulk also.
I think no, I don't think so because if it was like the Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, they'd be doing more Hulk stuff.
Well,
because the only reason
done.
that Marvel has control of Spider-Man is because they legally have to do a certain amount of Spider-Man projects in a certain amount of time.
No, they cut a deal with Sony in order to get
Sony.
Spider-Man
Sony
back. They said, "Hey, we'll put our best guys and do a Spider-Man movie for you because your last Amazing Spider-Man movie sucked, and we'll link it with our stuff,
Both of
and
them
then you'll
sucked.
get your
yes, and they said that in that deal they have to do a certain amount of Spider-Man things in a certain amount of time. That's why since that we've had what 3 Spider-Man movies and how many appearances? And he was in the Avengers movies as well. So we've had Tom Holland's been in what 5 or 6 things as Spider-Man.
Well, I think no, maybe, but I think that it's mainly with Sony wants to get in on the deal, and they want to get their their 3
Here's
movies
the
out of
answer to the
Holland.
Hulk thing. Universal Pictures holds the distribution rights to solo Hulk movies, while Marvel and Disney owns the character and can be included in him in either MCU films. This means Marvel can produce a Hulk film, but Universal has the first rights of refusal to distribute it. So, in other words, if
we haven't seen a Hulk movie,
exactly. In other words, if Marvel Disney wants to make a Hulk movie, they got to go through Universal.
well, just for distribution, though. I mean, that's not really.
Well, that's distribution. You need to distribute the movie.
Yeah, but they got to. It's going to get
distribution rights. If Marvel wants to make a solo Hulk film, they must first offer the distribution rights to Universal. If Universal declines, Marvel can then proceed with their own distributorship. Through this situation has been complicated by a potential for profit sharing. So in other words, they're fighting over, if we okay it, how much you going to give us?
Cam, do you know anything about that
About
stuff?
what? About the licensing stuff?
Yeah.
No, I really don't. It's a tangled web that I haven't really followed.
So my understanding was that Spider-Man, they sold the rights to Sony basically in perpetuity, so they couldn't get because Marvel was bankrupt and they were screwed. And then when the second time Marvel went bankrupt, they said, okay, well, we're not going to be that stupid. They sold the Fantastic Four rights, and I guess Fox has Fantastic Four, or whoever has Fantastic Four. They have to make a movie every so often, once every 10 years or something. Otherwise, the rights go back.
Disney owns Fantastic Four
now, because Disney bought Fox
in 2019. Disney bought Fox and got Fantastic Four.
That's
back.
right. So then, so that was the thing with the Fantastic Four. They don't have a problem with that anymore. They got it back. But, I understand, Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man, but they made a separate deal with them and said, hey, we want Spider-Man in these MCU movies. If you let us use Spider-Man, we'll put our guys on a movie for us, and we'll link them together. You will get, your movie will make more money because it'll be kind of a Marvel movie, Spider-Man, etc. And Sony said, sure, what the heck?
Disney owns the merchandising rights to Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
And the rights to use him only in the MCU crossovers.
Yeah, that's a special deal they made with.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
After the time,
they made a special deal. Yeah, I did not like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Did not like them. Did not care for them.
Well, they didn't do very well, which is why Disney was able to say, Marvel was able to say, "Hey,
well,
we'll do this. We'll do this for you." And Sony said, "Well, our last two movies didn't do very well. Maybe we let's jump on the bandwagon with these guys."
They haven't hit anything with any of these superheroes as of late.
what was that last Spider-Man movie they did? No Way Home.
No Way Home, I think it was the one with all three
Yeah, I
Spider-Mans
thought
in it.
that was a really good. I thought that was a good one. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, but you know
I
what
love
the problem was on that? It's too much feelings to the point. I mean, yeah, it had some good action on there, but it was like all three Spider-Mans are just like throwing out their feelings to the situation on there, and it's just like, yeah, you could have done this feeling situation, get through with it quickly, but they just like stretched it out.
And this multiverse stuff is getting a little out of control.
That too.
In No Way Home, they had to have Peter's tragedy because Spider-Man. There's the unwritten rule in comics: Spider-Man cannot have a happy life. He has to lose somebody. In other versions, it's Uncle Ben. In Tom Holland, it was Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he even mentioned Uncle Ben in the MCU. So they had to do all that. I really liked the actors coming back for their villain roles, like Alfred Mulaney and
that was
what was it? Played the Goblin. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. Who played the Goblin?
Oh no, my
Sergeant Elias.
No, Sergeant Elias.
Smart ass.
Are you talking about Willem Dafoe?
Oh,
Willem Dafoe. I knew it was something Bill, but I'm like, no, it's Willem. I really loved their performances.
Hey, have you guys seen that video of William Dafoe? I think he's in New York. He's walking down the thing. He's walking down the street. He's just like dressed like a normal guy. He's got like a hat, like a toque on and everything. He's walking out, and this guy's doing like man in the street interviews, and he goes like, "Hey," he's like stops him, and he goes, "Hey, do you what's your job? And do you have any regrets in your life?" And this kind of thing. And he doesn't know he's talking to William. He goes, "Well," he looks at him. He goes, "Well, I'm an actor." "Oh yeah. Have you been in anything? Any regrets?" And he's like, "Well, yeah. I wish I had, wish I keep acting and all this stuff." He's like, no. Or he said something like, "No, I don't really have any regrets. No, or any. Oh, okay. See you later, buddy."
That happened to me on my trade school days. We were out on a test shoot, and this woman comes up to us, and we're like, she has like this cute dog. He's like, "Oh, look at the cute doggy! You got such a cute dog." She walks away, and I said, "Wait a minute, that's Mary Tyler Moore."
Holy shit, dude!
Well, that's different. She comes up to you, right? And this guy goes up to him and
yeah, no,
"Hey,
we
buddy,
were like
what do
setting
you
up.
do?" He's like, "I do a little acting."
I just like.
One of my favorite things like that is this guy. I don't remember what he's talking about, but it's like one of those British documentaries. They're filming like a scene of him walking down the street, people passing him, and a guy passes right behind him. It's George fucking Lucas.
Oh yes, I saw that one. That's hysterical.
And he's just like, "Hey, taxi."
It's like, is it George Lucas in the background? It's like, holy shit.
One of my favorite stories. I heard an interview. It was Ewan McGregor on the Graham Norton show, and he was talking about how driving is different in England than in America. And he said, America, you can get your license at 16. And he's talking about he's taking his daughter to work one day, and this guy this comes whizzing by him, just speeding dangerously, and it pisses him off. He says, I pull up to him in the next light, and I just roll my windows down, and I start cussing at him. Like, "You fucking moron, you stupid moron." And he says the guy just gets this slack-jawed look. He's thinking, "That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm getting cussed at by Obi-Wan Kenobi."
Hello there.
It's like, fuck you. I like Ewan McGregor is one of my favorite actors. His uncle was Wedge in A New Hope. And his brother was a Royal Air Force fighter pilot, and his call sign was OB2, not Obi-Wan, OB2.
But
I have a lightsaber sitting right here on my dresser.
I just saw a video where a bunch of people got together and they're doing what's it called, that scene with the music in the background from the Phantom Menace. They're doing the lightsaber battle.
Duel of Fates.
And they have a bunch of singers there, orchestra in the mall, and everything like that. And they, and they had two guys fighting
Saw
it,
that one.
which was really, really good.
I love that stuff where they do orchestras go into the mall and they just come out and play.
Yeah, it was like little flash mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Or the guys in the Italian restaurant, and he starts playing Italian music. Said, "This is what happens when you start playing an Italian song in an Italian restaurant." And then the woman comes up and she starts singing Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy and one of the she's singing. She's at her table singing, and one of the guys in the kitchen joins in singing this beautiful, amazing, full booming voice opera song, and he's just keeping up with it. Because opera, I've studied opera. It's hard to sing. It's
Oh no,
hard.
my wife is a mezzo soprano, and trust me, yeah. I mean, there are times that she's
I'm a bass
practicing here in the house, and it's like the neighbors are coming over, and they're like, "Was that you?" And she was like, "Yeah." Oh, that I thought they were going to complain. And it's like, "No, that is so beautiful."
One of my favorite videos that I've seen like that is this guy will go when he's in the airport. He'll go up to the piano and start playing, and this little girl, this little Asian girl, maybe 7 or 8 at least, she comes up. He's like, "Hey, do you know this song?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he starts playing it. She pulls out her violin and starts playing along with him. It's so cool. So Q2, I have to head out. Gotta get up early tomorrow.
Thank you for coming by.
Thanks, man.
Hopefully, Death Angels
I will
is in the
talk to
back.
you later.
Hopefully, he's coming into the background, so he'll probably replace you out.
Cam Snob, always
Take
a
care,
pleasure.
man.
See y'all Wednesday.
Anything you want to plug?
See y'all Wednesday. No, just keep a lookout. I'm so busy with IRL stuff right now. It's hard to get on here and stream.
Well, hopefully, we'll see you next Monday. In fact,
Sure.
we're going to have Dean across the pond. He's going to be with us next Monday.
Oh, cool. All right, I'll talk to y'all
All right.
later.
And now there were 3. Oh, this was a very interesting evening on that. And here he is, finally. Death Angel Shadows.
Stream is becoming a
hold on,
full-time job, huh?
Sound.
You didn't hear what Cam
Guys, you
said.
gotta fix this, man.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. You don't need my camera on. There we go.
There you go.
It doesn't remember my audio settings, and of course I was just in one that I left, and so now I'm jumping in another one.
That's weird because it remembered mine, and also it remembered my folder.
Run it if you
I
run
figured
it.
out the folder thing. So basically, everything is like that I have in here. All the music that I'm using, the ticker tape below here
Yeah.
the screen, the opening video, everything that's all saved.
But that's when you're running it. If you're joining it, you don't have any of that stuff, and it doesn't remember any of your settings. When you run it, when you're the whatever, the main streamer has that. So,
Well,
like
anytime I
streaming-
jump on the snobs, all my settings are there.
Mine every time I go open up a browser to go to it, I have to reset everything.
I didn't reset to come on here. Everything's didn't touch nothing.
I have no audio. It just goes out through my regular default speaker.
It may not. Let me ask you a question. When do you turn it on? Do you turn it on before you click in, or after you click? After you've clicked?
When do I do what?
When you turn on your audio.
Oh.
Are you
what?
turning it on when you're?
I didn't do it before I told it to join.
Okay, yeah. You always have to turn it on first.
Yeah.
So it identifies.
But I just came from a stream. I literally just got off a stream.
Yeah, I
like
know.
10 minutes
Yeah,
ago,
obviously.
so. Well,
Obviously
I
on there.
mean, we ended at 10, but you know how it goes after the stream.
Yeah, you end up talking. We all end up talking.
Yeah.
On there.
We were kind of
And then-
wrapping up some game stuff and talking about some other stuff.
Yep. And also, Sci-Fi Snob yesterday he had his interview with Neil Asher.
I know.
That's true. Yeah,
I still got to go back and watch that.
I sent that to a couple friends of mine, and they're like, they watched it. And they said, "Oh my god!"
Well, and Cam and I did our stream from 9 to 11, and then we told everybody to go over to see Snob's show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But the most popular show on Sci-Fi Snob, though, is the Advent Calendar.
So far,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
we've
So
only
far.
got one
You
day
gotta-
we got to
what was
wait
that?
and see. You got only got 1 day of
You got
data.
the screwdriver. You got the screwdriver.
Well, 2 if you count the preview.
That's true. Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
which what? Huh? Which one?
The
he has a tool advent calendar.
There's an advent calendar now too.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
When did you
What are you
start
doing?
that?
Sleeping?
You ain't paying attention
All
to his
I
streams?
know is that I clicked into one thing he was doing, and I heard like jazz music or something.
You're sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yeah, Jeff, do you want to go check out the Sci-Fi Snob channel when you're done here?
I'll have to do that.
The We're 2025 Advent Tool Calendar.
Oh, is this a cam feature?
Yes, I'm making content for Snob's channel, and yeah, it's super fun.
Yep.
So, hey, no game next week. We're taking a break, so I'll probably be able to jump in earlier.
Good, because Dean is going to be here.
Dean is?
Dean is going to be here next week.
All right, and then we'll be back on the 15th on the Monday night game. So, and nobody died tonight. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Unlike Landman this week.
I made it to 3rd level, so I'm a 3rd level character.
What are you playing? What are you playing again? What's your character?
He's a Nord.
I don't know what a Nord is. I did watch part of the show, but I guess I didn't catch your details.
So
is that the thing from the Domino's pizza commercials?
No, that's the Noid.
Noid.
I guess if you got an accent, it's the Noid. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Yeah. I can't do those Yankee accents.
Do you believe they turned the opening minutes of Landman this week into almost a horror film?
Wow.
Yeah, it just because it was a really good episode. I was talking about it earlier in the stream. It was a really, really good. Andy Garcia knocked it out of the park. Also, the opening minutes was about a bunch of guys that were on some sort of tank vehicle, and they were hunting down boar with high-powered weapons.
Yeah.
And they hit up to a point where they get out, and the guy's like, "I want to take a picture over there." Goes over, and he drops dead. And the other guys goes, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they run over. They all drop dead. And you find when the camera pans out, there's like an oil field right behind them, an old oil field. And later on, you find out that because basically it hasn't been working in a long time or anything. No one's maintenance it. It's spewing poisonous, toxic gas. So anybody that shows up on there, they're going to drop dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" The workers come. They're like, well, "What's going on here?" And they get back, and they have the alarm codes on them. And their alarms are going off, and they say, "Run!"
Yeah.
But all in all, the Landman was really they knocked it out of the park. Billy Bob was really good. The woman who plays his wife was really good. The lawyer, she does one hell of it. The female lawyer on there. Andy Garcia's wife in the series. They were doing the whole thing, and Demi Moore also did fantastic job. She had the ending with Demi Moore was point on, Emmy winning.
Is it an ongoing series, or was it just limited and done?
No, This is second season right now.
Demi Moore is in it.
Demi Moore's in it. Season 1, she didn't get too much on it. John Hamm. It was like John Hamm and Demi Moore were married in the series, and then he scooted out of the series. They moved Demi Moore up in the credits,
Yeah.
and she's getting a lot
More
more
screen
in the
time, more
series.
top billing.
More screen time because she's moved into the point because the whole thing is that it's John Hamm's company, it's oil company. So and it reverts all basically. Demi Moore, it's reverting onto there, and there's like a whole, they're talking about husbands and wives at this bar and stuff like that. She goes home and just pours it out. I mean, the scene is like she's in the backyard and she pouring out her emotions, and all you hear in the background are the coyotes going off.
How did you get the spaces?
The what?
The spaces
What spaces?
in the
The space background. It's in
no
it's in the menu.
no in your scroll. You got a big long space there. I was trying to put spaces in, and it's like ignoring spaces.
No, I just typed it all together, and it's running one long stream, stream.
Okay.
String, and when it gets to
See,
the end,
there's
watch.
a
It's
space.
coming to the end
Yeah.
now. That's where it ends, and then that's where it starts again.
Because I like to put spaces between the messages, and it like just ignores them. It's like Twitter.
It's
trying to take my double space and turn it into a single space. That's the most aggravating thing for me in the world, is when stuff deletes my double space in between sentences, which is proper typing.
No, I just type one long long list of line, and that's it.
I get irritated by silly things like that. I'm like,
That's all
I
right.
learned how to type properly. After a period, it's 2 spaces, and then you type the next sentence.
100%.
And all these damn Twitter was doing it, and Facebook does it. They get rid of my double space, and it's like, no, I wanted 2 spaces.
So,
I know
anybody
how to
start their Christmas shopping yet?
The struggle is real.
I haven't even. I know.
I am
haven't
the
even-
world's worst Christmas shopper.
When is it time to start doing that?
What are you getting me this year, Cam?
A resignation notice.
Same thing as last year. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I doubled his salary.
That's right.
No, sorry, I beat that already. I'm tripling it.
Mm. Yeah,
and I'm dragging Cam on my show now.
Hey, he showed up.
Yeah, well, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate any of you guys showing up to the show. I really, really do appreciate that because it's sometimes it's hard to talk alone. It's something you say you try to talk on there, you talk on the chat, and it's like okay, what are we going to talk about? Talk to myself next.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody in the chat, right here, like you guys are here, it's great having a great conversation, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Small group, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want a freaking Friday Night Tights or anything like that. But
that's overwhelming. I love those guys, but it's too much.
So do I. I mean, like Temple. Temple keeps it within
Tight.
his group. He
Yeah.
keeps it tight.
Yeah.
Which he's still going to it. And same thing with Steven Crowder. He keeps it tight.
Yeah.
You
start getting 10 people in there, 12 people in there, and it's just like,
yeah, Jack Show, same thing. Some of the other YouTubers, the Comic Gates guys, they keep it tight.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jack Show is real tight now, down to 2 people, I think.
Is it true? The freaking Star Wars girl left it?
No, the last I heard, Malin quit, and so it was just Cecil and Anna.
Because I also heard that she
Anna
left
Star Wars girl.
Yes.
Oh,
I heard she's walking away from Comicsgate. I heard.
Well, what is Comicsgate at this point?
I know.
Was she ever really part of it anyway? She's not making comics.
She hung around with a lot of the people there.
Yeah, that's it. She knew them,
but she did her own thing before she got into that group. So.
Yeah. For sure, she doesn't need that.
Yeah, it's virtually non-existent at this point, as I see it. I mean,
yeah.
it's well, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah. No. But with Friday Night Tights, I respect the guys. I do respect.
yeah.
Jeremy Geeks and Gamers. He's doing his thing to the side with
The one-
politics, and he's doing good with that.
He's doing the 199 thing.
The 199 thing, which is I think that's great. He does that.
I like
that. He does it himself, and that's it.
Jeanette likes to. She's like, it's Jeremy Geeks and Gamers, and today, and I'm like, Jeanette, be nice.
It's Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers tonight. But
I'm like, I like Jeremy. You leave him alone.
I like Friday Night Tights. I used to like it.
I like Nerdrotic too, but I think I like Nerdrotic better when it's just like him and maybe one or two other people at the most. I like his takes on a lot of things. I'll even watch some of his long form recorded videos.
His UFO stuff is really good. That Sunday show.
Yeah,
that he does with Adam.
I'm
with Andy. I think it is. Is it Andy or Adam?
I have nothing against people that are into that, but I had a phase back in the day where I would listen to.
Well, it's not only UFO. It's
like
not only
that.
UFOs. It talks about the pyramids. He talks
Yeah.
about the early days of the planet and stuff like that. All that stuff on there. He just, in fact, Nerdrotic just got back from the pyramids in Egypt.
Yeah, it's just they're not. I mean, they weren't built by aliens. They were built by man.
That we know of.
No, I have no doubt.
We haven't found the Stargate yet.
Yeah, that's
Or
how
have
I know.
we?
That's how I know. Mm-hmm.
Or have we?
Well, that depends. I don't know if Jack O'Neill's coming back. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Although I could see him doing maybe a cameo or two, but that would probably be it. You know what I mean? I don't think I obviously I don't think he would ever even entertain being a regular recurring character.
No.
I think at most it would be a cameo here and there just to give the show a little bit of gravitas, and maybe carry on the legacy because it is going to be a continuation,
Indeed.
right? So Tilk better be there.
Indeed.
Jafar, Gree.
I just love that show. Again, we were talking about this last week, and I have a video. I had a cut from it. It's going to play tomorrow. I just love the show. It's so. I love the details, the talk, the way it flows and stuff like that. And there's so many shows like this that is out there, and people are just now realizing that it's there for the first time.
Yeah.
It's. I think that the other day someone wrote an article. I have to look for it. 10 of the sci-fi TV series that are forgotten.
Well, Stargate's not forgotten.
No, Stargate's not forgotten. Time Tracks was one of them. Was on there.
I remember Time Tracks. That was kind of early. That was what 60s because it started. It made the transition from black and white to color, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Then there was one called Fantastic Journey.
Or no, I'm thinking Time Tunnel.
No, Time Tunnel was on that list too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking this off the top of my head from remembering from when I read up from it. Fantastic Journey, if you ever saw that, that was about a bunch of people trapped on an island that literally morphed into different time zones.
Yeah.
You walked into one. You walked into another one. It was a different time. And you went from pirates to futuristic robots. In just one walk.
The show that I loved, and I don't know if you consider it sci-fi, fantasy, maybe it's a little cross of both, that I think got a raw deal, and they could totally reboot it. And they'd have to reboot it because it never went very far. It could be a parallel reboot if they wanted to. But you remember Voyagers? It only lasted like one season.
Yeah, I remember.
I loved that show. I was that kid's age, and that was like, oh yeah, man. And he went with what was his name, Phineas or whatever, who had the little watch, and
the Omni.
The Omni, yes. had to put right what once went wrong or something like that, and didn't like Tom. Who was it? I don't know if it was Edison or Franklin or somebody took apart the watch. They wanted to see how it worked. And
Yeah, it was Thomas Edison.
It was Thomas Edison. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one list I found from Collider. The top 10 sci-fi series that were forgotten. Planet of the Apes is one of them. The TV series, not the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Lex, the series.
Lex was a good show.
V,
but they tried a couple times.
Yeah, but the original 83 V.
Right.
In fact, on Tubi right now, you can watch it on Tubi.
Because the reboot of V, the big bad in there came from Stargate.
Yes.
She was one of the Ori.
Mm-hmm. And she was also in Firefly.
Yeah. So, which she didn't help the show. It still was. The new V was not very good.
Then we have Space Above and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought that was muted.
Nope.
That's okay.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
Then
Space
you have
1999. He's got to be on that.
No, hang on one second. Taken 2002. Nothing to do with Liam Neeson's. This is a Spielberg production. On that, I remember this. It was with Dakota Fanning, a very young Dakota Fanning. Then there's Quartermass in the Pit, which is 1958, 1959, which was really good. Really good series. Voyagers is number 4.
Oh, Voyagers is on the list. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Blake 7 is the number 3.
Never seen it. I've never seen.
Never seen Blake 7? Oh.
That was
another one we have to get
a
into.
UK production, right? BBC or
the BBC on there. I think it's still on Plex, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you have it. I have it here on YouTube.
Do
Find
you?
it on YouTube.
Yeah, but they get flagged every once in a while.
I'm sure.
It disappears. Someone uploads it, stays there for about a month, and then YouTube flags it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
All
this is Terry. Doctor Who's Terry Nation did Blake 7, and it's a really good series. Then there's Journeyman from 2007.
Journeyman. Did I watch that show? I don't know if I watched.
And then the number one, and I agree with this 100%. And people do not talk. And I'm not talking about the American version of this. This is the most underrated sci-fi series of all time.
Hey, hold on.
Life on Mars.
I was going to say the Tomorrow People.
No, Life on Mars.
The Tomorrow People's not on that list.
Tomorrow People's not on that list.
The reboot was okay, but I don't know.
Which reboot? There were 2 reboots.
The Tomorrow People.
There were 2 reboots.
I think there was one that they tried doing on the CW, and they CW'd it.
Okay, yeah, there's the CW one, and then there's the Nickelodeon one. Nickelodeon tried it like about what was that? 90s, I think it was.
I used to watch the original one. I think the original one was on Nickelodeon at one point in time. And you could see where the BBC had limits in their props department because they used the same weather balloons in the Tomorrow People that they used in The Prisoner. You know, the big weather balloons that would chase people around.
Yeah.
Or I forget what they were called, but
Rover.
The Rovers, yeah. And they had the same things, and the sets looked like Doctor Who. They had the same kind of stylistic look, like they just used some of the same Doctor Who sets and moved stuff around. Not unlike Babylon 5 did, with Sheridan's office / the little auditorium area that they had the Night's Watch in / the what was it the dining area / the interrogation room. It was all the same room, same walls and stuff. They just moved them around.
Did you guys ever see Genesis 2 or Planet Earth by
No.
Gene Roddenberry?
I don't.
Oh, which one was Planet Earth?
Well, no, it's both the same. It's both the same series.
Oh.
What is it? Gene Roddenberry wrote Genesis first. It was the pilot movie. Didn't work out. Went back in a rewrite. Rewrote it as Planet Earth. Same storyline. They changed up things a little bit. Changed actors. The first movie was the guy who was in Airwolf, who played
Jan Michael Vincent.
No, not Jan Michael Vincent. He was the one that was the head of the agency.
Oh, Stringfellow. No, Stringfellow.
No.
I know who you're talking about. The guy with the eye patch.
With the eye patch, yeah. He was the main actor in this, and then the second movie pilot they got John Saxon. But both movies had Lurch from Addams Family.
Okay.
It was literally a scientist had basically put himself in suspended animation as a test. But what they didn't realize, because they had built the chamber inside of a mountain and didn't realize it was on an earthquake fault line. An earthquake happened and buried him in there for like a couple of 100 years. And he wakes up after a nuclear holocaust to a different Earth, where basically it's similar to like Thunder the Barbarian in a way. It's a savage world. Basically you got science and mysticism and stuff like that, and then you have a group called Pax, who's trying to put the world back together again. And basically they've saved like science, technology, art, music. They've saved it in this bunker.
Okay.
To this point,
I've seen that concept before too.
Yeah, you can see it on Tubi. Tubi has both movies, and this was like a Gene Roddenberry on there. And it was pretty good. Pretty good. They used to play this. The TBS used to play the hell out of this back in the day at 2:00 in the morning on a Saturday night, like right after Joe Bob Briggs. It was like they'll do. No, it wasn't like 2 a.m. It was like 4 a.m. They would do Joe Bob Briggs, the final cut or final call. Then they do Ultraman, and then they did another movie, and it always turns out to be either Genesis or Planet Earth. Again, I love the 1960s Ultraman. Too bad Outpost had left, because I know that's one he would love to talk about, because that's a really good series. If you've never seen that Ultraman from the 1960s, just that's another one that's insane. Which, in fact, they used a Godzilla type creature, a guy in a Godzilla suit, and they added like an extra sort of like a cape or something, and Ultraman was fighting like Godzilla. What is it? That joke in Austin Powers is, "Look, it's Godzilla." No, it's not, because of copyright things. So we cannot say it's Godzilla, but we know it is. But it's so. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. No, we talked about that already. But we're coming down to the end. Where are we at now? Oh yeah, we're coming to the end on here. So I guess what's today? Today's Monday. Wednesday night. Shall you introduce it, Mr. Snob?
What's that? Introduce
Wednesday
Wednesday night? Yeah. Do it.
Go ahead.
The start of season 3.
Dun,
What's
dun,
it called?
dun.
Matter of Honor. Matter of Honor. The first episodes from season 3. I don't know. Is it good? It's going to be a banger, I guess. Cam says season 3 is the best.
Yeah, I watched this first episode today.
Oh, I gotta watch it later tonight.
I guess I'll watch it tonight too.
That's
Actually, I watched part of it already, but
11 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube.
That's right.
Sci-Fi
right on,
Snob.
Sci-Fi Snob. That's right.
Just quick comment for anyone who's interested. There's a lot of spoilers in the beginning in the credits for this season. It's like so watch carefully, or don't if you don't want to be spoiled. I guess
If you don't want to be spoiled, no, not at all. I said that Ivanova, the speech that she gives at the end of season 2, they use part of it in season 3, in the opening.
Yeah, the opening's really good for season 3. It might be my favorite.
The opening sequence, you mean?
Yeah.
The intro?
Yeah. Where she goes like, it says that Babylon 5 has failed, and it's like, it's like,
yeah, it's got a real pounding war, like Road to War song, music behind it. It's really good.
And stick around the channel. Cam is opening tools every day. Today was the first day. Every day till Christmas. Come and see what Cam gets. Watch him squeal like a little schoolgirl when he gets his present.
Yep.
Cam likes tools.
And what do we got for Top Lofty Lounge for Sunday? You're live this week.
We
right?
never know. It's something.
We should do what we talked about, Cam. What you mentioned.
Which time?
I'm good with that.
Which time?
You talked about Planet of the Apes deep dive.
Oh, the timeline stuff. Yeah. No, we can do that. And
you want to do that? All right, it's decided.
Okay. All right. Right here on Madman's channel, we have locked it down.
Exclusive
on the Madman Cafe.
You found out what the next episode is going to be.
Jeff, what's our topic for before Top Lofty Lounge?
Well, I think you and I are going to do a proper introduction of ourselves, and we're going to talk about what we've been up to, maybe in the gaming sphere of late. I've got a couple of things. Of course, I've been doing this live stream with Chubby Funster on Mondays, and I've had a few interviews with people, and we had a great interview with Travis Faber on yesterday. Well, yeah, it was yesterday, right? Today's Monday.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh man.
And that's simulcast on Tennessee.
That's going to be on
Tavern.
Yeah, that's going to be on.
You keep simulcasting.
Yeah, we'll do it. Let's see here. Make sure that people
and Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Yeah, we got a $5 super chat. Actually, we got a couple of super chats. I think a $5 one and a $2 one for Jason there while he's driving from Oklahoma and back home.
He did a live stream today.
Yeah, he did do a live stream.
Yeah,
today.
he did late. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a late live stream.
I had to jump on and get ready for mine. Let's see. And if anybody missed the season 2 finale, here's that. Oh wait, what? Error. Try again. What? What do you mean? You don't like me? There we go. That one worked. That was weird. I gotta get my my stuff done. Let's see here. And of course, like I said, I played tonight while you were you guys were on. What time did you start? 8?
I started at 8.
Yeah. So I was on my stream at 7 on my channel. I got to add these to my list. Here's my channel.
You should have put Snobs in there also.
Oh, I did.
Okay, good.
And then
and of course, while you're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing some shorts this week. The Otaku Thursday, we'll be doing like little shorts as well for the next couple of weeks as we get to the end of the year. We're trying some new things also, some things that Snob had suggested for my show. Yeah,
Don't blame me.
Don't blame you.
Snob usually just recommends hookers and blow.
That's right. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But No, seriously, because lately the way YouTube has been running like, into the horror stories on some of the other channels, there was someone that I think read that sued YouTube and won to get his channel back, and he still doesn't have his channel back.
Were they appealing it or something?
No, no, he literally had to go to court.
And then you've also got what's going on with Camel. What's his name?
Camelot, yeah,
Camelot.
with his financial situation, which that he's going to have to go to court with that.
Yeah, he is definitely.
Yeah,
There's a lot of weird stuff that's been going on, and Clownfish was talking about it. I mean, it's happening to.
I mean,
a
my
lot of,
watch hours has just freaking hit the toilet.
Yeah.
Now I know I don't have a lot. Like right now, I don't have a lot of people watching the live feed. On the Rumble side and on the X side, yeah, there's a little bit more, but it's still we have the views there. We have the standard views that we normally get for the channel, but yet the freaking watch hours are just like dropping and dropping and dropping. I'm down to like 1,800 now. And I don't know where the hell is that coming from. And I've asked YouTube several times. They said, "Oh, your algorithm probably might have changed a bit and stuff like that." I said, "Oh, okay, then I'm going to have to start making some changes to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're going to make some changes."
I think Cam's dragging it down.
I'm dragging everyone's channel down.
Well, I mean, you can't drag mine down too far because, yeah, you know, what are we? A couple of shows in totally on my channel, and
give me
probably have more watch hours than me right now.
Give you a month or three. Yeah,
Just got started. Come on, gotta give him a chance.
But like I said, it's the end of the year anyway, which basically, like I said, we're starting to wind. The channels start winding down a bit. Because when we get into that last couple of weeks, the last 2 weeks of the year, just everybody is with their families and holiday get-togethers and stuff like that, and the new year, and then the first thing in the new year, everybody's like, we're hungover, and then suddenly we kick back into February.
yeah, when it starts snowing.
We were supposed to get snow tomorrow, but now it's like rain.
It's raining here right now.
It's raining there now.
Cold
Yeah,
outside.
we're expecting.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me see mine. We're most 34 degrees, mostly clear right now.
And we are 40 degrees and it's light rain.
Yeah.
So.
No, because we're supposed to get a nor'easter, but it looks like it's headed further north.
I guess I should check the weather, huh?
Yeah, go ahead, check the weather.
Let's see.
Check it on your own time.
I am checking it on. This is my time. Oh, well, I guess it's Madman's time technically.
It's not a problem.
I want to watch.
A little add onto there. I can edit, trim. Like I said, tomorrow is like a lot of the stuff that we did last week. For people who missed it or who don't want to go through a 3-hour, live stream, I cut it down a little bit, and some of the more interesting parts. Especially you have a highlight, Bob. Your Matrix interpretation.
Oh wow,
The Matrix.
The one you said if what you think would be a good Matrix movie.
Oh, I said it before.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah. They should go prequel.
Yeah.
Do the first guy, so everybody will be a little less knowing what's going on. And
Yeah. Well, tomorrow is it tomorrow? Hang on. Yeah, actually, it is tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. My version of the Matrix sequel, bigger, smarter, and actually worth watching. That's the name of the on there. So some good thumbnails. I got some good thumbnails this time around.
Yeah,
playing around with the AI.
Rain and snow. I see snow up in Kentucky, northeastern part of Kentucky, into West Virginia, all the way up into Ohio, Indiana, Chicago, Michigan, even into PA and Western New York. And
Yeah, that's what it
Tom's
is.
favorite place there at Toronto, in Ottawa. Yeah,
I hate Toronto. If you want to see some cool AI stuff, Neil Asher, he takes he gets Grok to animate the covers for his books. He's got his books are really, he's got good covers for his books. He's got these. Well, he used to have this other guy, and he's got a different guy, but they both do excellent covers. And he does like a 6 between 5 and 10 second Grok animates it. It looks pretty cool. He puts them up on his Twitter, so check those out if you. I mean, I know we don't like AI, but it's a good use of AI at least.
AI is just another tool.
Yeah, it looks pretty
that
cool.
everyone, for the next decade or so is going to curse, and then after that decade, you'll be like, how could we have lived without it? It's the same way. When we went from, they added the VCR. What was the first thing they said? Oh no, it's going to kill Hollywood and it's going to make it broke. Oh my God, this technology! People are going to be stealing movies. It's stuff, all that. Did it happen? Not really. Just it made Hollywood a shitload of cash.
And artists started switching over to digital stuff. Remember when the Wacom tablets first came out?
Yep, exactly.
And and then now they've got tablets that that have all these tools in there, and and then they're like, oh, that's not real art because you can't blah 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 blah, and it's like no, the guys that and gals that use that, they could draw, but it saves them a lot of time,
Yep.
when they're
It's the same
using
thing with the linear and non-linear editing. Because if they linear, they're like, oh, you did work. You put a tape in one machine, took it out, you go forward, go back. So now it's like you just cut and paste. What is all that? It's like
it's the same property, the same principle. It's just
same principle. Is just basically you're not fast forwarding a video to VCR. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was trained in linear and non-linear in the same years when I went to trade school. When I was in trade school, non-linear was brand spanking new. And my teacher, who knew someone there's a place near Studio 54. It's an audio studio that basically Spielberg and Lucas comes every once in a while to use, because they had the first Media 100 series on their non-linear editor. So sometimes when they were in New York and they had to edit something real quick and get it done, they'd go to the studio because it's the only one on the East Coast that it was available. No one else had. No one in the industry had it. You had to go to the West Coast to do it. There's maybe one or two companies on the West Coast.
Yeah.
At that
time.
Well,
I mean, remember when Pixar came out, and then there was the whole. And the problem is of course, what happened is Pixar's animation was really cool and novel and unique for the time being, and the problem is the studios kind of switched over to that style, and the classic style started to fade. The old guys weren't hip with the technology, but they were still talented and could have still done stuff. They kind of got kicked to the curb, and now there's a push for the retro animation styles, and guess what? None of the new guys know how to do it. So
I saw some stuff on X. Guys were doing using AI to recreate 1980s anime, and they were doing a damn good job of it.
Yeah.
They were using Gronk, and they were using I forgot what the other company is. I forgot the name of it.
Gemini's.
Yeah, Gemini's is the other one. And they did it in no time. They did like all these little action scenes and stuff like that, and it looks exactly something like out of like Akira or one Ghost in the Shell or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think AI will ever be able to write good storylines.
No, it's a tool.
I don't think it'll
all
ever,
it is, it's a tool. It's a tool like everything else.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and that's how it should be used. Will people abuse it? Oh, freak yeah. That's always a situation.
Well, we're already seeing the abuse. That's what YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. That's always going to be an abuse.
Stupid videos where, You know, you see people in impossible positions doing
But
impossible
in
things.
time that will reduce.
Yeah.
That will go down lower and lower at time, and then you will see some stuff that basically a combination of manual and AI together to create something really nice. You know,
Yeah.
whether a good novel, book, or movie or something to that nature. You know, it's time. You know, you got to let the technology sit in, not freaking freak out about it. You know,
Yeah.
because they're always saying like, well, it's going to copy somebody. They'll be able to copy somebody. They've been copying people for freaking a long time. They were like the adult industry. They said, oh, the adult industry will be able to put you into the movie. They were already doing that before AI.
Well, and you know the funny thing is
It's a little more expensive if they wanted to do that.
No, not at all. It's refacing. It's called, you know, if you ever
Yeah.
seen Reface, it was a software that's been around for years,
Yeah.
and that's all they were doing is putting Reface, or basically someone was photoshopping someone. You know, if they knew how to work the Photoshop with video properly, you were able to change the face on. You know, in other words, you use a particular porn star and change her face to someone else different. You know, like a regular celebrity, and you know, it looks like that celebrity's in that movie. You know,
Yeah, but that was a little more expensive than what AI will be able to do.
Yeah.
Took a little more work.
AI just puts it in the hands of a bunch of people.
Yeah, like
I mean, right now you've got these tech sweatshops with a bunch of people in, you know, third world countries that got a little bit of education, and supposedly they're, you know, really great people to, you know, they're really knowledgeable in the tech industry. Bullshit. But you know, trying to explain stuff to I just don't had a sorry, I had a flashback there of trying to help explain Linux to some supposed experts in technology from India.
Oh, before I forgot, and we go off today, and that was the one thing I left out. Over because I mentioned Studio 54. Studio 54 is now off Broadway theater, and right now they just finished Cabaret. Cabaret just ended.
Wasn't that a nightclub?
It used to be a nightclub, and it got turned into an off Broadway theater.
Did it start off as a theater?
No, it was a nightclub originally. It's the old Studio 54 nightclub, but basically what they did was they rebuilt it, tore apart, rebuilt it, and turned it into a Broadway theater. So
Okay.
basically, like Cabaret, who's been running for the longest, but now their streak has ended. And next year, I think it's March starting on there, is the return of the Rocky Horror Picture Show live on stage.
Okay.
So the Rocky Horror is returning to the stage for the first time in a long time. And we're not
Wow.
talking about the movie on the screen and people acting. No, this is the actual Broadway production, or the London Broadway, a redo of the Broadway and London production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've seen it. Not the Broadway show, but
The Broadway show is fantastic.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, no, the Broadway show, the movie doesn't do the Broadway show justice. It is fantastic.
Yeah, but it had Meatloaf in it.
Yeah, well, they haven't announced who's going to be in it. They announced
You better not have Meatloaf in it. That would be very gruesome.
Oh, Richard O'Brien is going to be helping to work with the production on itself, which is the guy who created the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He'll have a little bit of a hand in it, and then some other people on there. No, it's going to be like it's an all new cast, new cast, especially since Tim Curry's in a wheelchair. You know, someone had posted me the other day, you know, Tim Curry doing Pennywise from It. You know, to the point, and it's like, you know, something, he had a great, you know, part. You know, looking at everything he's played in his career, you know, he's done Pennywise, he's played Darkness in Legend. He was in the movie Oscar with Stallone. He was in The Shadow. What was the other one? He did so much. And basically he still doesn't get the, you know, the right accolade to, you know, respect that he should get as an actor. But anyway, we're rambling on a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Let's close this out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Those of you who stayed with us, YouTube, X, and Rumble will be here next week, 8 p.m. Don't know what we're going to be talking about. We'll be joined by Dean, who's been on Sci-Fi Snobs channel. Also, he'll be joining us over here.
Good guy, Dean.
The what?
Good guy, Dean.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he is.
good guy. Yeah, he just texted me tonight. He said, I'll put me on next week. I said, okay, no problem. We'll get you next week. So he'll be here with us. Hopefully,
He's gonna be
everybody
up
else-
late that night then.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Because it'll be
Yeah.
a late night for him. Because it's an early night or it's an early morning when he joins us on our Wednesday show on the Babylon 5 retrospective, which less than 48 hours until that.
Yeah. So until next one, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, Sci-Fi Snob Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, Season 3, Babylon 5.
Can't
Good
wait.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.